very good evening and welcome to Royal Sports Complex. Show scenes around Colombo. It's a beautiful day here in Colombo today for the Milo Knockouts Championship President's Trophy Final 2019, coming to you live from Royal Sports Complex on ThePapare.com, Dialogue TV channel 77 My TV. It's a beautiful day. It's St. Peter's taking on Wesley College in this beautiful stadium here in Colombo 7. Both teams will play for this on your screen, the Milo Championship, and these are the two leaders that will lead today. Murshid Zubair on to your left will be leading the double blues, and then Bilal Hilmi of St. Peter's College will be leading his brigade from Bambalapitia, who will want to defend this title and take this back home after going in at the smallest margins down in the league of 2019. So everything to play for here in the coming couple of hours for these two teams. Both these teams would have been prepared as much as they can to come here because they know it's the showpiece event, the big one that is on offering. Crowd has been coming in from about 2 p.m. and they are nicely building up here at Royal Sports Complex. This is the double blues crowd, and on to your left is the St. Peter's College crowd. And Royal Sports Complex has offered a lot today, and this is how it will be. 29 degrees Celsius, partly cloudy. If that stays for some time, we can see some good action because the ground is hard and solid, and not much wind to force the kickers for any errors. Just 10 kilometers per hour. We know that it's quite stable here at Royal Sports Complex, and we all hope that it'll stay through and round. But you know how much wind that has been experienced around Colombo during the last few days, and hope it will not affect the game today. The kickers will be hoping and praying that will not come to effect, because we all know it can finish off in the finest margins. It has been that kind of a year in 2019. The World Cup, Cricket World Cup finals couldn't be separated at Lord's, and how the league finished here between Royal and St. Peter's also was that close that it went to the wire of the league tournament. And this is the St. Peter's College crowd. Few of the past players who have lifted this trophy have come in early to book a seat and watch this magnificent showpiece here coming to you live on ThePapare.com. Stay tuned with us. We'll go for a short commercial break, and when we come on the other side, there's a lot of action before kickoff.
දැන් යහපෝෂා දන්නේ ඉරිඟු සහල් මුං සෝයා විතරක් නෙවෙයි කිරිත් එකතු කරලා. ඒ නිසා මා චේන්ජ් වුණා.
ලංකාවේ ළමයින්ගේ අලුත්ම සොයා ගැනීම. මේක රස එක. මැලිබන් යහපෝෂ රසයකට චේන්ජ් වෙන්න.
කිසි ගැම්මක් නෑ. පදම පරක්කු ඇයි?
සුමීරි පානේ පදමට ගහලා දවස පුරා ගතට දැනෙන මිහිරක් පුබුදා.
හොඳම මැලිබන්තේ.
කහට පදම නියමෙට රස සමග මුසුණා. මැලිබන්තේ එක්ක අපේ දවස රස වුණා.
පදම වරුනේ.
කහට පදම නියමෙට රස සමග මුසුණා.
මැලිබන්තේ පදමට කහට.
I have news. Let's meet.
To be a man is to sweat for every last inch of it. The harder you push yourself, the louder your body will protest. From sweat to grease, grease to dandruff. Fight back with Clear Men, 2 times the fighting power of ordinary shampoos. Beat grease, beat dandruff. Unbeatable performance for the unbeatable man. Power through the odds. Clear, zero dandruff, nothing to hide.
ශ්‍රී ලාංකික සැමගේ තේරීම no limit.
Then Goldio body spray. හඳුන්වා දෙන අලුත් මාදිලි හතරකින් Blaze, Challenge, Storm සහ Rave. අදම try කරන්න Goldio body spray. පැය 24 පුරා.
When she's special, she's not just a girlfriend. She is your sweetheart. When you feel it, you don't just call it sunshine. You call it warmth. When you reveal your deepest emotions, it's not just art. It's freedom. And when its essence is premium cocoa butter, it's not just chocolate. It's Ravello. Chocolate so special, you call it Ravello.
Drift in search of happiness. Fashion inspired by emotion. Glitz, the fashion destination.
I start each day with a dream to win. Training, working hard, rain. How strong the other team is, nothing can stop me.
Nourishing Milo with its unique combination of chocolate, malted barley and B vitamins, together with the goodness of milk, brings out the winner in you. Milo, fueling the winning spirit.
Nestle, good food, good life.
හැමෝම ඇවිල්ලා. ඔයාලා විතරයි අඩුවට හිටියේ. එන්න එන්න. හරි ඔක්කොම බලන්න පුළුවන්. මේ බලන්න. මේ තෙරපොන්. මේ කාලේ ඕන දෙයක් ක්ෂණිකව දැනගන්න පුළුවන්. මෙන්න ඔසීන්න ඇන්ඩ්‍රු කතා කරනවා. හලෝ ඇන්ඩ්රු. මුළු ක්ලික් එකම අද අපේ ගෙදර. පොඩි ලොකු හැමෝම අද අපේ ගෙදර. මේ හැමෝම සතුටු කරන්න අපේ ගෙදර සුපර් ෆාස්ට් ඉන්ටර්නෙට් වගේම ඇතිතරම් ඩේටා තියෙන්නේ ඩයලොග් හෝම් බ්‍රෝඩ්බෑන්ඩ් නිසා. රයිට්. මගේ ඩයලොග් මගේ විදියට මගේ සුපර් හෝම් එකේ. ලංකාවේ අපිට නම් ඩයලොග් තමයි.
දැන් යහපෝෂා දන්නේ ඉරිඟු සහල් මුං සෝයා විතරක් නෙවෙයි කිරිත් එකතු කරලා. ඒ නිසා මා චේන්ජ් වුණා.
ලංකාවේ ළමයින්ගේ අලුත්ම සොයා ගැනීම. මේක රස එක. මැලිබන් යහපෝෂ රස එකට චේන්ජ් වෙන්න.
කිසි ගැම්මක් නෑ. පදම පරක්කු ඇයි?
සුමීරි පානේ පදමට ගහලා දවස පුරා ගතට දැනෙන මිහිරක් පුබුදා.
හොඳම මැලිබන්ටේ.
කහට පදම නියමෙට රස සමග මුසුණා. මැලිබන්ටේ එක්ක අපේ දවස රස වුණා.
පදම වරුනේ.
කහට පදම නියමෙට රස සමග මුසුණා.
මැලිබන්ටේ පදමට කහට.
ශ්‍රී ලාංකික සැමගේ තේරීම no limit. Stumble upon a surprise. Fashion inspired by emotion. Glitz, the fashion destination.
I start each day with a dream to win. Training, working hard, rain. How strong the other team is, nothing can stop me.
Nourishing Milo with its unique combination of chocolate, malted barley and B vitamins, together with the goodness of milk, brings out the winner in you. Milo, fueling the winning spirit.
Nestle, good food, good life.
welcome back. It is the final of the 2019 Milo Knockouts Championship, the President Trophy. And it's two teams that have done well in the season so far, St. Peter's College and Wesley College. This is the Pete Wright team. You can see on his hand how much it means for him today. He has written Mom on his right hand, and that's what he wants to play for, as the Wesleyites are just getting through their kicking warm-ups, and the Pete Wrights also have come out to warm up, just doing their stretchings, the final bit of stretchings here. And both teams will want to take this home and to have some silverware at the end of the 2019 schools knockout tournament. This is where it will all end, the schools rugby action for 2019. Of course, we have the sevens coming on later on. And this is how both these teams came into the final. St. Peter's College took on Isipatana College, and from the word go, it was a battle on the field between the 50 players that were on the park that day. Both teams fielding. And Peter's College scored against St. Peter's College and against Isipatana College. Isipatana came back. But these are some individual brilliance there. Ravin Fernando, he has had a fantastic tournament, one of the best players in the season. Janit Sera Singh for Isipatana College, the skipper. Not a decent season for this time. A lot of people expect high standards from Isipatana College, but it is schools rugby, isn't it? So a lot of players go out, and there's always a building phase that comes in, and St. Peter's College have built themselves nice into the 2019. Just that hiccup on the first game against St. Thomas's down in Mount Lavinia. If not, it would have been an opportunity for the double, but Royal College picked that up. 19 points to 14, that's how that finished in this same stadium a week ago. And then Wesley went against a Vidyartha team that had a lot of skills, and as usual, they're so silky in the way they play. Wesley College, a well-drilled machine by their coach Paul Toyer, and of course the experience of Dulanjana Vijayasinghe, who is a fantastic player in his own rights in the club season, has drilled this Wesley machine. Again, Sumedha Malavana, also former Vidyartha, and he got his act together and got this Vidyartha team who will be playing in the A division next season. But boy, they did give a fight against this Wesley team in the last week game. 36 points to 25, that's how that finished in the semi-finals. There you go, 25 points to 36. Wesley qualifying themselves to the final with a six-try performance, and Isipatana College going down to St. Peter's, who qualified with a 3-try performance. So it's going to be a lot of running rugby. Both these teams exciting in terms of how they play their rugby, and this is how they qualified. Vidyartha College had a walkover against Royal since Royal pulled out of the tournament. Wesley College had a walkover against St. Thomas's, and they played their semi-final, and Wesley came on top. And on the other side, Isipatana played St. Joseph's College. Isipatana won that game, and then St. Peter's against Kingswood, beating Kingswood College, coming into the semi-final to beat Isipatana and qualify for the final. So St. Peter's, I would say, have had a hard run coming into the final, whereas Wesley had a good break, had a good, lovely warm-up, I should say, before they come into the finals against Vidyartha, and they will not let this go. And St. Peter's, on the other hand, will want everything to play for this season. This is how the Milo Knockouts President Trophy Tournament has panned out in the last 10 years. In 2009, St. Thomas's College winning. What a team they had in that 2009 season, St. Thomas's College. In 2010, it was joint champs between St. Peter's and Royal, and 2011 Trinity College had a fantastic knockouts tournament, beating all of them to win the 2011. Isipatana, who have been most of the knockout championship winners in the past decade, with Wesley in 2013 under Rahul De Silva, they will want to repeat their performance here. Isipatana in 2014 again, Science in 2015 surprised everyone with a fantastic performance in the Royal Sports Complex, and 2016 again it was Isipatana 2017 St. Joseph's College won it for the first time, and then Peterites took away from the Josephians in the second half of the tournament, and St. Peter's are the defending champs. It's a lovely stadium here at Royal Sports Complex 2019, which will host the Milo Knockout Championship, and also it is Wesley College who are just warming up, and joining me just to have a chat before we move into the game is Inshaf Kapoor. Good evening, Inshaf. It's a beautiful day and both these teams want it, isn't it?
Good evening, Dinuk. The atmosphere is surely getting up. I think St. Peter's College, defending champions, I know they have a lot at stake as well. So let's see what they would come up with. But then mind you, Dinuk, there has been no school who has defended the Milo Knockouts title successfully in the past 10 years. So that's something that St. Peter's are going with. And let's see if they could come up with that trophy.
Yeah, both these teams will want it as that much. Both these captains had a chat with Inshaf Kapoor earlier. So we'll cross over for the interviews.
I have with me the captain of Wesley College 2019, Murshid Zubair. Murshid, it has been a tremendous season for you guys at Wesley College, but this is a Milo Knockout trophy. What is the preparation for this tournament?
We have prepared a lot for this tournament. So after the season ended, we started practicing everything. So we have come on together, and now we have been preparing for weeks for this. And we are hopeful to have a chance to be in the final.
Murshid, last time Wesley College won the President's Trophy was in 2013 under Rahul Disila. Now you have a chance of winning it this time. Tell us, what does this mean for the Wesley fraternity?
It means a lot for us as a school and everything, and so we're really happy and we're very glad to have this chance to play in the final, and we're going to do our best and we're going to show up everyone.
Final question, Murshid. Discipline is one of the key aspects of rugby. Tell us how you all carry out playing in terms of the rugby's core principles.
We have tried always to play the game with our side, always not trying to give too much penalty and trying to give respect to each other as much as possible, not going into fights and everything. So we are trying to keep ourselves under control so we can enjoy the game more and better. That's it.
Thank you, Murshid. All the very best for the finals.
Yeah, that's how much it will mean for the Double Blues today, how much it will mean for Wesley College, for all these fans, if they can lay a hand on that Milo Knockouts Championship for 2019, and they will give it everything what Murshid Zubair said, and this is what they'll be up against. St. Peter's College, Bilal Hilmi joined us before with Inshaf Kapoor.
I now have with me Bilal Hilmi, the captain of the St. Peter's College First 15 rugby team. St. Peter's are also the defending champions of the Milo President's Trophy. Bilal, you're coming in to defend this title here in the final. How does it feel?
Yeah, we know that it won't be an easy game and we won't take any team lightly. So we're here to retain the trophy and bring glory to college.
Talk us through your season. You all missed out on the league title by a slight point margin. What are the intentions coming into this match?
We know the mistakes that we did and how it cost us the league, so we won't be taking those risks over here. So yeah.
So finally, Bilal, talk us through the respect the game aspect from your team and how you all played during the past season.
Yeah, I think discipline is a great part of the game, and our team, especially St. Peter's, has a good name for that, as having respect and discipline in the game. So hope to see that in the field today.
There you go, Bilal. All the very best for the finals, and hope your team will come up victorious.
Yeah, thanks.
That was Bilal Hilmi, captain of St. Peter's College.
Yeah, Bilal Hilmi knows what his team has done to lose that league tournament, but he knows what it takes to win this Knockouts Championship for 2019, to give some silverware for the Bamba Brigades, who have worked so hard during this year. And this is the team that they will come up against. A well-drilled team by Paul Toya and Dulanjana Vijay Singh against a very confident St. Peter's team. There are some big names missing, of course, in that lineup due to injury. But they will have to overcome all those obstacles when they have to, in that 70 minutes on the park. And we just run through the team cards of both teams before kickoff. This is the Wesley team car. Dinet Dinuja, the 17-year-old prop, 90 kilos, along with Akib Tahir, the hooker, and Tarindu Hasid, again couple of 80 kilo in that front row, and they will have a big work in terms of ball carrying. Ravin Fernando and Hafiz Tabit will have their work cut out today in the line-out. Hafiz Tabit, the good ball carrier in that second row. Sritesh Tavaraja, who has had a fantastic season, have gone with Desta Gunatilak and Samuel Okbebo, one of the mobile third rows in the season so far for Wesley College, and they will have to do it one more time to take some silverware to Borella. Halves combination so much important today. Genosha Mendes had a fantastic season, along with one of the best fly-halves this season, Tarindu Wild Pichake. He will want to have one more performance for his team, for his school. Centers Sahan Hasanja and Teek Shabitanake, again they'll have come up with some strong ball carriers from that St. Peter's team. Defense is key, but how they move the ball out wide to give some space to Murshid Zubair. And Tarusha Javira, along with Kavindana Pereira, who has had a fantastic season, scoring a lot of tries for Wesley on that left wing. He will have to have good ball from the centre three quarters, and also Murshid Zubair will create a lot of space. St. Peter's College, Sanura Pereira, Malinga Shashan and Janindu Fernando missing Julian Charles in that number 2 position. It's a big loss, but these three will have to counter that. They have a lot of weight in that front row, 100 kilo of Sanura Pereira, again a good ball carrier, along with Janindu Fernando. Johan Fernando and Lankesh Pereira have had carried this team throughout this season, and they will have to do it one more time here at Royal Sports Complex. Third row for today, the skipper Nizran Nila, Sintaka Fernando, and then Bilal Hilmi, the skipper, bigger partner, who will have their work cut out today. Nizran Nila had a good season so far. He's been put into that blindside flanker position today, and he will have his work cut out up against a mobile third row. Ravin Fernando, the player of St. Peter's College for 2019, against Tanuka Nanakara, who has bounced back after that big miss he made in Mount Lavinia. Sunira Fernando and Dilshan Madhushankar at 10 and 12 and 13 will have their work cut out today. How they will stop Murshid Zubair in that channel is something important that they would have looked at before coming into this game. And then finally the back three, Chanel Silva, Satmina Pereira and Ishan Fernando, who has had a decent season on that right wing, scored some spectacular tries, will want to score more. Here are the substitutes today for Wesley College. Nisal Pereira, Miraj Miskin, Nimshan, Lawrence Akindagamanpila, Johan Philip, Ruchit Hapugalage, Rigesh Murlidharan, Shavin Jayawardena, Shehab Pakirali moves into the bench, and Shane Hopwood to complete the Wesley 25. After a long, hard season, and this bench will be tested with Megadais, Jason Kulatilaka, Akalanka Pereira, Oshanda Kumara Perma, Jehan Ransan, Ashel Ranasingha, Shanal Ranasingha, Chandima Sandaruan, Yashoda Mendis, and Shannon Eardley will complete the St. Peter's College. And these 10 boys will have a big impact because it has been a long season. And to discuss more is joining me on the commentary box is Sudarshan Apiris. Everything will come down to this. It's the finals of a school season, isn't it?
Absolutely, Dinuka. The final game of the 2019 school's 15-a-side season, and both these teams will be determined to make sure that they have silverware when they go home today, especially given the fact that St. Peter's have come so very close. And on the other side, I think these two teams are very deserved finalists, but especially given the fact that Wesley have been the most impressive team from the second round, and also St. Peter's, they were very, very unlucky. Due to one conversion, they missed out on league title. Both these teams will be yearning for glory here at the Royal Complex. Interesting changes when we looked at those team cards, especially Murshid Zubair moving on to the wing three-quarter position. We saw him playing in the centres during the semi-final against Vidyartha College, which I thought, in my opinion, Wesley made it a little hard on themselves. Although they could have won it a little easier, the Tigers didn't let them run through with the victory. On the other hand, for St. Peter's, I think Ravin Fernando is going to be key. And Wesley, if they can get under the skin of Ravin Fernando early in the game and unsettle him and make him start thinking about more things than rugby, Wesley will have a chance to try and pounce St. Peter's in those closer channels.
Yeah, exactly. He's a big link, isn't it, in that St. Peter's camp, Ravin Fernando. If he sparks, the whole team sparks. And on the other hand, Murshid Zubair, I'm sure they would have named him in the wing, but he'll look for more work in that center position.
I also agree with you. I think Murshid Zubair has been one of those terrific players in the center three quarters. We're looking at the Wesley team running their shadow warm-ups, and by the looks of it, Murshid Zubair will start on the wing position, but then yes, as the game progresses, I'm with you. Chances are he will move on to that 13th channel and try and break through the 13th channel. Wesley are blessed with two playmakers in their ranks. That's the guy we've been talking about, Murshid Zubair, the skipper of the side, and also their number 10. He's been phenomenal this season, as an he's one of those tall, lanky number 10s that you see in Sri Lanka rugby. You don't see many of them here in Sri Lanka, but Valgampidia, if he can go on to the club circuit and impress like he's done this season, we are looking at a very impressive number 10 for Sri Lanka.
Yeah, he has had a fantastic tournament, isn't it? Tarindu Valpitage, one of the best 10s I've seen. The best forward set he will have in front of him to get good ball, but he makes good decision, good kicking, has about 70 meters on the fly, and he can clear any territory, and hope he gets his kicking game right and also the distributing game, because he has so much space on the outside. Kavindana Pereira, Murshid Zubair, all these boys around him, they can play so well in that 9 to 15 channel. Just Paul Toya running away with the Wesleyites. Very important today to get the lineouts right. They didn't get the lineouts right against Trinity at Sugadadasa, but still managed to win a lot of ball in that game. And here's Paul Toya, recovered after dengue last week. He was marshalling, of course, from home, just watching the game on the bed. It's the worst thing that you can have as a coach. And then on the other hand, for St. Peter's College, just talk about Ravin Fernando and his impact in this season so far for St. Peter's.
Absolutely, Ravin Fernando has been one of those players who sparked things for St. Peter's when it looked like there was no way to go. Ravin Fernando was there to create things for them. But if there is one complaint that you can make about Ravin Fernando, it's the fact that he can be unsettled from the opposition. He can be fused up sometimes, and he can lose his calm. If he can keep his calm in this game and play the rugby that he is capable of, I think he's going to be a destroyer when it comes to the Wesley's defensive effort, because Ravin Fernando can kick the ball from the base, can look for spaces, and he's really fast off the ball. And especially Ravin Fernando, what's absolutely brilliant about him is his support play. We've seen him time and time again creating those opportunities and attacking those very, very close and tiny channels with his pace and his reading of the game. So Ravin Fernando is going to be very important behind that maul as well. So Wesley will struggle when it comes to the size of these forwards, because the Pete Wrights are the heavier set of forwards, but Wesley's third row, in my opinion, is a little more mobile than the Wesley third row. And Samuel Ogbebo, who's playing number 8, has been one of those main ball carriers and has a very good sense in offloading as well. So Pete Wrights might want to keep the ball close to each other and play the game, whereas Wesley won't be shy sending it out.
Nizran Nila and Bilal Hilmi have been two key players for St. Peter's College, carrying this team forward. They're missing Julian Charles, one of the best ball carriers and also a good line-out throw in that lineup. And also, a silent killer for St. Peter's College is Tenuka Nanayakara. Very quiet in this number 10 channel. Ravin Fernando takes all the limelight because he has that magnificent step, isn't it? But Tenuka Nanayakara has marshaled his troops well, knows when to play. But all this cushion is given by these two players, Nizran Nilal and Bilal Hilmi, who are good ball carriers along with Lankesh Pereira.
Absolutely. Tereko Nanakara has been one of those conventional number 10s. He doesn't look to run the ball that much. He's not one of those players that you would see sniping through the opposition defense. But what he does right is to make sure that the distribution is strong. And when a person like Ravin Fernando is on your inside creating chances, you don't have to do much as a fly-up. And also he plays behind a very good set of forwards as well. So like you said, Tereko Nanakara, yes, maybe underrated this season, but has been a live wire. He's been one of those players who have done all the hard work without getting noticed. He's gotten noticed, unfortunately, for not making that conversion at Mount Lavinia, like you mentioned. But kudos to him. He's put all that behind and he has delivered so far this season come the rest of the games.
Yeah, they had a big setback just before the tournament with their coaching staff, but they have come back. Bhanuka Nanakara and Pika have done a good job to keep this team throughout. Hiran Virakodi, one of the ThePapare stalwarts photographers who have been there for a very long time. And the Wesley fans are enjoying themselves. They pride themselves being here because after I think 2013 they have come back in this in the Milo Knockouts Championship final. And on the other hand, St. Peter's in this decade, there is no team who have won it back to back. Isi Patana had the opportunity, got beaten by Science. Here's a great opportunity for St. Peter's.
Just both teams, last time they came to the final, they went home with the trophy, so they'll want a repeat of the last time that they featured in a Milo knockout final. Wesley College, like you said, it's since 2013 they haven't gone the distance, so they will want to make sure that they come into the party and make sure that they bring this back to their trophy captain. Pete Wright, on the other hand, wanting that double, and they will make this some consolation to missing out on the league. Numbers still filling up here on a nice, slightly gloomy Saturday. It's a little warm on the outside, but ideal conditions for rugby, I would reckon.
It is perfect conditions if there is no rain, because underfoot I just had a stroll around the ground. Looks solid, so good for fast open rugby. The Pete Rice go in. You can see a lot of fans have come from overseas. That's Hamza. One of the referees going around in the UAE has travelled down to watch this final with his family, of course. And Pete Rice, they won this very badly, isn't it? Because they didn't have any control. Just like how the World Cup ended, New Zealand didn't have any control of what's going to happen in the final. It happened, they lost. St. Peter's also same. They didn't have any control. They had to just sit and watch the Josephs versus Royal game with no control at all, hoping that their brother school will win. It didn't happen. It came to that. It came that close, isn't it? And it has been that kind of a year.
I think best left unsaid about the World Cup, isn't it? The World Cup final. But later today, I think all the rugby fanatics will be treated to some terrific rugby in the Rugby Championship. Australia taking on South Africa at 8:30 Sri Lanka time, and then followed by the All Blacks taking on the strong Argentinians. These Pumas, I tell you, they are going to be such a menace come the World Cup. We saw it in the Super Rugby finals as well. Jaguar is coming into the final against the Crusaders, and that Crusaders team pretty much had 80% All Blacks, and Jaguars really gave Crusaders a run for their money in the final.
Yeah, Jaguars have a lot of players coming in from Europe as well, so that will also have a mix and how they play the game today. Crusaders, the All Blacks not taking the Crusaders, just Savories and Braden Nano, both featuring in the starting and the bench lineup, both featuring for the All Blacks for the first time, and they will have to prove themselves to get into that 31 in that plane to Japan in the end. Wallabies, of course, feeling a very young side, a lot of desperate Wallabies fans. James O'Connor coming in. Michael Chika has said that if Wallabies doesn't win the World Cup, he's going to walk away. I'm sure the Wallabies will want to send him out if he doesn't win the World Cup. Rossi Erasmus has named a very young South African team. Of course, there are a couple of injury concerns. Sio Kalisi, their captain, is injured. and he's also been kept out. DLNT also is out, so there is something that he needs to build up to take the Springboks to the World Cup. But it's going to be a cracking 2 matches. I'm not going to move from 8:30 to about 2 a.m. tomorrow morning from my couch because I'm so excited. It's a World Cup year, isn't it, Sudarshan? You have to be excited.
And look, from what you mentioned just now, we're looking at the 4 teams. Argentina looks like the most settled team out of the 4 because all the other 3 teams are still doing experiments to make sure that they get the perfect mix come the World Cup, especially given the fact that you spoke about Severis. There was so much hype about him. He's going to become the 1872nd All Black come this game, but how quickly can he make that switch from Super Rugby to International Rugby? Test Rugby is a totally different affair altogether. There you go, the All Blacks, an All Black fan. We got plenty here in Sri Lanka wearing the All Black training jersey for this all-important knockout final. How important Severis is going to switch from Super Rugby to Test Rugby is going to be tested today.
Yeah, it's a big call. Steve Hansen has said that he will forego the Rugby Championship for a World Cup win, which is, I think, is sensible. And also, he has dropped Waisaki Naholo to take in Severis in that 14th channel. Very important going into the World Cup. We'll come back to Royal Sports Complex because we are so excited about what's going to happen later on in Japan. We'll come back to the Royal Sports Complex. It's Wesley versus St. Peter's for the Knockout Championship. That's going to be who will be decided in the next couple of hours before we move into the international scene. A lot of Double Blue fans have filled up the stadium expecting a lot from this team led by Murshid Zubair, and a lot of expectations on the shoulders of Bilal Hilmi from the Bamba Brigade.
The Double Blues have come here in numbers as well. And the both spectators will be definitely looking to put their numbers up and make sure that the teams are spurred on, be the 16th man. Interestingly enough, the Double Blues have shifted on to the other side of Royal Complex. They naturally prefer sitting on the side where Pete Wrights are currently sitting, left side towards the eye.
Haritha Pereira is standing by to take over proceedings on ground. We'll come back just before kickoff of the Milo Knockout Championship 2019. Over to you, Haritha.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the game you've been waiting for. It's the 27th Milo President's Trophy Schools Knockout Final 2019. Thank you for your presence. You got to be involved. Respect the game we love. To play it in the right spirit. That's what it's all about. Loud and clear message. But the game is such. Full of the crowd. The satisfaction and the sweat. The overpowering of a tackle. The pleasure of a takedown. The thrill of scoring. This feeling that nothing compares. The Milo President's Trophy Knockouts has it all. For decades, rugby has been teaching the true meaning of sportsmanship, discipline and mutual respect. Let us not allow the incidents of the past ruin the future of rugby in this country. Play the game in its true spirit. And it is time we reclaim the glorious sport of rugby for the generation of this and the next. We certainly hope that you, the rugby-loving public, will be fully involved and engaged in this wonderful endeavor where we respect the game we love. I believe the teams and the match officials are all ready. May we request them to please get onto the field now. The rugby lovers of Wesley and St. Peter's, you've endured many memorable moments through this season, and now it's a grand finale. We certainly hope that you will be involved in every which way in the right spirit of the game, the true spirit of the game. The Milo knockouts, where it all happens. Yes! Let's hear it out for Wesley and St. Peter's. For more than a quarter century, Milo has been involved with nurturing sports at school level, and an individual who's been very much part and parcel will be seen very quickly out in the middle. The two teams and the match officials are all lined up. So maybe take this opportunity to cordially invite our distinguished invitees to be introduced to all of them. Our chief guest, the Honorable Minister of Sports, Harin Fernando himself, a top rugby player in his school days. Our guest of honor, Mr. Fabrice Cavalin, the Managing Director of Nestle Lanka. Mr. Ranjit Chandrasekhara, President of the Sri Lanka Schools Rugby Football Association. Mr. Maksud Mira Saibu, Senior Vice President, Nestle Lanka. Mr. Bandula Egodage, Vice President of Nestle Lanka, who's been the man who had this wonderful vision to have Milo involved with the school sports. And now they have football, swimming, netball, rugby, and the colours awards to show for their efforts. Mr. Nirodha Vijayarama, Secretary of the Sri Lanka Schools Rugby Football Association. Mr. Mohammed Ali, Category Marketing Manager of Milo. And we would believe that the respective school heads would also join in the occasion. Being introduced to the two teams, starting with the Double Blues, Captain Mushid Subea, Director of Coaching Paul Toya, Teacher in Charge Vimal Bandara, Principal Mr. A.M. Fernando. They have been in two finals including this one. They won the first time they entered the knockout final. The match officials, referee ThePapare, travel back for him after 20 years of handling the whistle. Isham Kabekot and Jeffrey Syed will support him on the touch lines. As Madhava Vijay, Rex Anthony and Pradeep Wilson lending him support. Match commissioners Damini Sarachandra and Oliver Vijayvansh. For the main rights, they have played in 11 finals and won 6 titles. Led by Bilal Hilmi, coach today Rajiv Pereira, teacher in charge Sunil Afonso, and the director of St. Peter's Reverend Father Trevor Martin. Big thank you to our distinguished invitees introduced to the two teams and the match officials. Ladies and gentlemen, the big story is that sport is for the benefit of everybody, including the sport. To be involved in the right spirit, in the true spirit of the game is what it's all about. And that's what the Sri Lanka Schools Rugby Football Association and Milo has been endeavoring to do over the years. It's been a great occasion for everybody to be involved. And this is the time where we now invite you to be involved. Involved in the right spirit. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been provided with this wonderful piece where we all have on your seats, respect the game we love. It's time for you to be involved. Show them, the players and the administrators, that you believe in the best of us. Everybody to the left of me and to the right of me, take whatever opportunity this and scream with the bottom of your hearts that we respect the game we love. නොනවරණි මාතුරණි ඔබට ලබා දීලා තියෙන සියලුම respect the game we love පුවරු ලැගෙන හිටගෙන හැකි උපරිම ජවය යොදලා අපිට සහයෝගය ලබා දෙන්න. Everybody be involved. To the left, to the right. The game we love. Come on! Wesley and St. Peter's. The game we love. Respect the game we love. Move! Thank you. නැගිටවන්න පුළුවන් ද අපිට ක්‍රීඩකයන්ට තව ටිකක් ජවය ලබා දෙන්න අන්නේම හැමෝම එකතු වෙන්න. මේ ක්‍රීඩාව ඔබටයි අපටයි. Respect the game we love. ඔබේ පුවරුදු සදාන් කළා හැමෝටම මේ පණිවිඩය ලබා දෙන්න. ලක්ෂ සංඛ්‍යාත පිරිසක් සජීවී රූපරාමු හරහා මේ තරඟයත් සමග එකතු වෙනවා. ඔබ ලබා දෙන්න සහයෝගයට වැදගත්. තවත් එක් වරක්. Respect the game we love. One more. Yay! Thank you.
When we stand together for the spirit of the game, let's get united for our passion. Let's kick and try as one for this game we love. We will play harder. We will run faster. We will go further if we respect the game we love. The game is more than just following the rules. It takes more to smile when you lose. Let's pick each other up when we fall down. Learn through this game how to become great. Jaya Parajaya Hamwell. Ekri Atinata Allah. Wale Desina Sila. Yamumi to the Murapi Allah. My team will play harder. We will run faster. We will go further. If we respect the game we love, we will play harder. We will run faster. We will go further. If we respect the game we love.
Thank you. Time to be involved for the respective teams. We will start the school anthems with that of Wesley College. Sing it out loud, double blues.
Boys of Wesley to the land, Wesley boys together stand, bound by one fraternal band, band of double blue. Wave our colors high and free, Wesley forward steadily, from victory to victory, Wesley to the fore. Past and present kindly meet, each the others proudly greet, past and cool that once have breathed, meet the double blue. And when Wesley scores shall sound, ready I shall all be found, in duty and in honor bound, Wesley to the fore. We'll do our best in battle hall, we'll do our best in battle ball, taking cool whatever before, pray and labor on. And for our dear land will be men of grit and industry, honor, bright and loyalty, Wesley to the fore.
Thank you, Wesley. Now it's time for the saints to be heard. The school anthem of St. Peter's College, ladies and gentlemen. Sing it out loud, boys, once again. Thank you, Wesley and St. Peter's. We wish you all the best. Respect the game we love. Be energized, be involved every moment in the true spirit of the game. Live coverage on Dialogue TV, live streaming on ThePapare.
Thank you and welcome back to the Royal Sports Complex. We are just before kickoff as the teams just get themselves a bit more warmed up before they go into kickoff, as they had to stay for some time just standing for their school song. And both teams will have their final hits, get the contact right before they go in. Sudarshana, we are off to the final countdown of 2019 in 15s rugby, and I'm so excited, and I hope everyone at home is just on the edge of the seats to catch some. The next 70 minutes is going to be fantastic if it stays like this, the weather of course.
The spectators here are surely very excited for these two outfits to dish out some terrific rugby in this all-important final, and I'm sure all the fans at home are glued to Sri Lanka's #1 sports hub, www.thepapare.com. Wherever you are in the world, a warm welcome to you to this all-important final. And if you're here joining us on Dialogue TV channel 77, make sure to throw your remote away, because the next 1.5 hours are going to be terrific schoolboy rugby. And this will be the last time that we see these boys playing 15s rugby this year, with the 7th tournament to come in September. You know, most of these boys will take a big break from rugby after this game. But here and now it comes down to how much you won this all-important Milo Knockouts Trophy 2019.
Yeah, it's going to be one hell of a game today. St. Peter's College in their final huddle press. Dinka Piris, the referee, will have his whistle for one last time in his career, along with Jeffrey Shahid and Ishankar Bekod. A couple of upcoming referees will assist the experienced Dinka, as he has a big part to play today to keep this game flowing for the final time in the green t-shirt that he's wearing. As we are ready for kickoff. Left to right on your screen is the Pete Wrights, and right to left on your screen it'll be Wesley who will be attacking. He is one of those key players for today, Ravin Fernando of St. Peter's. Dinka Piris will state, blow the whistle for kickoff as Tenuka Dilshan Madhushankar kicks this off, as we have the Stashpert, our good friend Boa Atu, predicting a 7+ win for St. Peter's if the weather stays this way. But I'm sure the Wesleyites will have other ideas, as Samuel Ogbebo gets a big hit to get his team outside the 22. And the kick has been put, a lovely kick, bounces in space. And going into contact is Pereira.
Gunathilaka that time, Dexter Gunathilaka had a very lazy arm. Referee now playing advantage in favor of the Pete Wrights. Ravin Fernando straight away coming into the game, but that will be brought back for the infringement. There you go, high tackle. Gunathilaka is lucky to get away only with a penalty, because that was around the neck of the oncoming player, Pereira. Pete Wrights will want to make use of this early opportunity. Try and go to the touchline. Nana Akar, the man putting the ball into the touchline, and approximately 10 meters. Here's what happened. Lazy arm around the necks of Pereira. Now Pete Wrights, they have a very settled set of forwards who will want to make sure that they get their line out right, their first line out. Your first line out, your first scrum is going to set the tone. Overthrown, but still with St. Peter's, who set it up. Fernando. Gives it out to Nanakara. Now running through the Pete right forwards, trying to straighten things up. They have space on the outside. Opting to go to the corners. Good defensive work by Wesley. Wesley's defensive discipline has been so far so good because throughout the second round of the season they've known what to do. Here's Pete Wright swinging the ball onto the other side, and Wesley matching them with good tackles, good low hard tackles. Fernando now long cutout pass to the number 15 who steps in. Good tackling by the Wesley Eyes. Pete Wrights now in the red zone, in the 22 meters. Looking for options on the short side. The composure of this Pete Wright outfit need to be commended, especially given the fact that they don't want to rush things here. Bad pass by Fernando, but luckily collected by Nanakara. Little chip still available, should have offloaded, but Wesley did well to slow that ball down and have managed to turn over possession. Well, very unnecessary there. That time they were guilty of entering the ruck from the side and didn't let Pete Wright take the quick tap, earning Wesley 5 more meters. And Pete Wright 5 more meters rather. St. Peter's straight away opting to go for points, and that's the absolute correct call.
Yeah, it's finals footy, and it get points on the board. You just have to win by a point. Doesn't matter how many post tries you score. Will not give you any points. It'll give you a championship if you win by a point. And what start by St. Peter's College. A lovely start, moving from right to left, left to right, swinging the ball. Good hits up front by the skipper. And then in the end, this came up. Initially, Wesley College got the turnover right. And then he was on the floor. And St. Peter's has been awarded a penalty. This is where exactly he got the kick. He missed the kick in Mount Lavinia at the start of the season that cost the league. And this is exactly where he'll start to put a lot of hopes on the Pete Wright fans if he gets this through and nails in between the posts. A very simple kicking stance. Tenuka Nanakara, and a good swing of his right foot in between the posts it goes.
Tenuka's defense, Tenuk, yes, it was exactly the same spot, but it was a totally different ground, isn't it? The big grounds at Mount Lavinia is never an easy place to get your kicking right. If you're not used to those conditions with the sea on the side, it's very difficult to get your act together. Interesting change that we see, the bench has been moved up a notch. The two benches have been moved on to the pavilions on the far side, right next to the aisle, as Walpitage with a big high-hanging kick and a brilliant collection by Samuel Ogbeba. Wesley now trying to reply straight away. Mendes, long cut-out pass. Wesley now asking a lot of questions. Can they reply straight away? And they have to if they want to keep this game alive. Ogbebo yet again carrying the ball. He's been one of those big contributors for Wesley. Big number 1 Samarakon, current Samarakon carrying the ball forward. Mendes surveying his options and opts to go with Sritesh, the number 6 for Wesley. What Wesley have been doing very well this season is to try and change direction when the opposition least expect it. Fernando carrying the ball, good hit by him, but Peter's defense holding strong. Now Wesley have plenty of space on the open side. Pass to no man, but collected by Gunatilaka. Now Mendes to Walpidage. Long cut-out pass, has to be Jaivir rather. Mendes will have to use the forwards as Walpidage is involved in that rock, clearing it out. Now the Walpidage now gives it to Jaivira, who leaves it behind. Knocked back, says the referee, so it's still available for Wesley. Wesley haven't gotten the fluency that they would be looking for earlier on in this game. They have been pushed behind, so not bad. Oh, beautiful pass, and take a look at that. Samuel Ogbebo running like a centre, wearing that number 8 jersey. Quick pass out to Vitanage. Tikshana making the ball available for Wesley. Wesley, what they've done well is to hold on to possession despite being pushed back time and time again by the Patriots. Now Wesley's continuous hitting taking a toll on the Patriot defense as they are slowly but surely shrinking. Cutting back inside was the first 5-8. Walpidage, Wesley losing the ball. Patriots managing to turn it over, but they've knocked it forward. Wesley playing advantage, drops the ball down, but will come back for a scrum just outside the 22 meters. Erratic play by Wesley, but what they did right, was to hold on to possession.
Yeah, entertaining rugby. Both teams showing signs to run the ball out wide. No shy of going into contact as well. But they've put on a show here, both teams, and it'll be a cracking performance if they can do it till the 70 minutes, because it has been that fast moving up from corner to corner, and big ball carries as well by both teams. But credit to the Patriot defense for holding on Wesley. They pushed them behind the gain line a couple of times. But this is a big opportunity outside the 22 scrum for Wesley Sudarshan.
Ogbebo has been terrific in the early exchanges for Wesley College, the number 8. His ball coming out for Walpidage. Ogbebo shows and goes into contact, brings the ball into 22 meters. Now Subir, inside ball to the strong running Samarakon. Good awareness by Samarakon that time. Now Gunatilaka. Mendes has Ogbebo on the outside, inside pass to Ravin Fernando of Wesley College. We got another Fernando on the other side of the park. Here's Dexter Gunatilaka. That's going to be a forward pass. But referee Pires deciding that there was no advantage from the initial offside. Wesley with a terrific opportunity now. Inside the 5 meters, not 10 meters, says referee. Very good sense from Mendes to take that tap quickly. Now interesting what does Subir want to do here. The T comes out before he makes his decision and he sticks with it. So Wesley are going to counter the Patriot penalty with another penalty, and Walpidage getting to convert from the exact same position where his opponents put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, exactly. Good thinking by the Genosha Mendes. Push the Patriots back, gain another 10 meters to score to get a penalty just at the side of the post. As Walpidage puts this through. 3 points all in 10 minutes and a clock. Starting the Walpidage to start off for Wesley College. And both these teams are not shy of playing some exciting rugby here at the Royal Sports Complex.
Warm welcome to all of you viewers who've just joined us on www.thepapare.com. Sri Lanka's #1 sports hub, recently awarded the President Award for the most outstanding social media network of the country for sports, and here we are bringing you the final of the Milo Knockout Championship. Murshid Zubair that time was tackled slightly high, but referee Pires deciding that all was okay. Nice to see that. A good hard tackle by Johan Fernando of St. Peter's College. Walpidage kickled the ball up high. Ravin Fernando is right at the back, sends it out to his skipper, Hilmi. Hilmi making a run off it and gains very important yards. Brilliant cover tackle by the Wesleyites, pushing them on to the touchline. Beautiful work, making the touchline his extra defender, and that time it was Ritesh, who's been impressive number 6 for Wesley throughout the season.
Yes, Ritesh Tyagaraja just showed him the touchline, let the ball carrier run closer to him, and a big shoulder came on, bumped him off out of the touchline. Good confidence shown by Wesley in defense. St. Peter's on the other hand, I just thought could have gone all the way because they had a 5-man counter-attacking. Line out good at number 6. Whoa, big call.
Well, Wesley that time guilty of not getting the line out correctly. That's the last thing that you want to see after a spirited effort by your flanker to earn a line out in an important position. Pete Wrights will be a little difficult to handle from this point onwards, because remember they have a very good set of forwards who will not be bullied at scrum time. And in Ravin Fernando, they have a game breaker at the pivotal number 9 position.
Set.
Here's Fernando with the put in. What will he decide to do? It's going to be dangerous, but very well defended by Wesley College. Seemed like Fernando lost the ball forward. Referee Pires spotting that and playing advantage. Wesley managing to pounce on the ball. Ogbebe now. Ogbebe absolutely needs two support players to run on either side of his shoulders, because every time he looks to offload, there's nobody on the side of his shoulders to offload. He could create plenty of space, Ogbebe. Now Walpidage cannot kick it out on the full because the ball was taken back to the 22. Wesley with defense, but Ravin Fernando managing to find space and earning approximately 10 to 15 meters there. Wesley's counter-attack has been very impressive, not letting the Pete Wright settle in the ruck. They hit them back hard. They pick the battles, they pick the ruck that they want to turn over. They can attack it with numbers, and they've been impressive so far.
Throughout the season, they have been impressive. That St. Joseph's game, 0 ruck, knew when to turn over, and then they got it right. Yes, their coach, Paul Toya, signaling to kick it out. And again, a lovely turnover there by Wesley. Murshid Zubair, the skipper, will have the duties of putting this ball into touch, but doesn't, but knocks forward. Ravin Fernando, it's a big time for Ravin, but he's a strong player to come out of that.
Now Wesley, I spoke about this earlier in the game as well. If they can get inside Ravin Fernando's skin, they would have won 40% of this game, and they're slowly but surely doing it. 100% unintentional there by Murshid Zubair. He would have breathed a big sigh of relief that Ravin Fernando dropped that ball. Here's what happened. Here's how Wesley got the penalty. Now Ravin Fernando will be under a little bit of pressure. Like Dinung mentioned, he's a bigger player than that to let it go. Interesting call by Fernando to go outside from the scrum. There is no scrum off marking Mendes. Now Walpidage gives it to Jayavira, who twists and carries the ball. Referee Pires playing advantage to Peters. Wesley guilty of not releasing the ball in the ruck. Pete Wrights with a penalty and a chance to get out of jail. Wesley have been dominating position in the past 5 to 10 minutes. So Pete Wrights will be looking to try and settle down, kick this ball out and get a good line out and to settle down.
Yeah, 3 penalties to 2 conceded, and Wesley have conceded 1 more, and looks like the ball will stay in touch, but it has been tapped back, knocked forward, so a couple of knock-ons there. But the initial knock forward was from Wesley. I think Apiris will have a word with the referee, the assistant referee Shine.
Very interesting goal there, because the Wesley player clearly lost it forward, and then it was the Pete Wrights losing it forward. Oh, there you go. Correct call finally made with the help of the assistant referee. Well done to the officials finally getting it right. Instead of the intended line out, Pete Wrights with a chance to attack from another set piece in the form of a scrum.
Fine. Set.
Hilmi will come into play from this scrum at the back, but instead decides to give it out to his backs. Beautifully worked ploy, but unfortunately not managing to hold on to it was Satmina Pereira. He ran a very good line and attacked that small space, but couldn't hold on to that ball. I thought maybe the pass was a little too harsh on him as well.
A bit too hard. Came at good space in that 13-14 channel. Satmina Pereira. Wesley didn't see that coming. The pack weight 642 to 705. Peters heavier. Even in the front row they're heavier.
Wesley opting to go on the short side. Now off to Walpitage, who carries the ball forward. Mendes.
Side.
Struggling for that ball, but referee Kapiri spotted the Pete Wright defender who was entering the ruck from the sides. Subair will have to try and make sure that he definitely gets this ball out. Yes, gets it out, not the ideal angle or the distance, but Wesley with the line out now.
A fantastic opportunity just outside the 22. They're doing the right thing, Sudarshan. A starving ball of St. Peter's, because you know St. Peter's love to play rugby, and we saw that in the first few exchanges, how they went up there, got the penalty in the 5-meter mark, got 3 points and came back. But from that point onwards, St. Peter's have not got good quality ball. It has been all Wesley, and they need to make sure that they need to convert all this ball into points, so that Pete Wrights can't come back, because they have a very strong team, St. Peter's.
Pete Wrights opting to sack that ball, but referee deciding it was done illegally. Here's Walpitage putting the ball up. Will be kicked out on the full, but referee Kapiris will bring play back to that initial infringement where he deemed that St. Peter's were guilty of collapsing the maul. Now Wesley gifted with a brilliant opportunity. From here on, if they can, I agree with you, they've been dominating a possession, but what they haven't been able to do is try and dominate territory. You need to play rugby in your opposition's red zone as much as you can, and Wesley now given a brilliant chance to try and set up a line out and a maul from inside the 22 meters, but seems like they've decided to go with points. Another sensible call, because despite it being a little difficult angle, Walpitage, I think, has the confidence to try and kick this one through.
Yeah, big call outside the 22, corner flag. If he gets this through, confidence will seep through him, and then that will rub on the Wesleyites as well. But a big call and a good option, I thought, by Tharindu Walpitake before that to go for that cross kick. Wesley had 3-on-1 on that occasion, but just overcooked it. Here's Walpitake, gets the distance, but not the direction. So it'll be a 22-meter dropout for St. Peter's, and Wesley will get the ball again.
Interesting call there, because I thought since Pete Wright struggled defending that line out, maybe it would have been a wiser call to go to the touch line, because they were inside the 22. Try and put pressure on Peters. Pete Wright's putting the ball high and wide. Here's Wesley opting to run through their skipper Murshid Zubair. Takes 3 men to bring him down finally. Walpitake doing the clearing duties, so the forwards will have to get involved from here. Ogbebo being the first receiver rather, time and time again. Beautiful pass by Dexter Gunatilaka. Now the big prop forward, securing the ball and making it available. Wesley still making the ball available to each other. Beautiful pass. And that will be a line out in their favour. And Dexter Gunatilaka has been absolutely amazing throughout, making the play continue. Being a number 7, having the skills to send the ball out is absolutely perfect, Dinuk.
Yeah, there were 3 offloads on that move by the Wesleyites. Centre field hitting hard, and then they're sucking the defence into the centre field and trying to play on the corners, Wesley. But their offloading skill, look at this. Those are prop forwards, mind you. Look at that offload, a lovely pickup, agility, but he should have offloaded on the outside. Now look at how this goes through the hand. Dexter Gunatilaka comes out on the other side. Good awareness to keep the foot within the ball. Look at this offload here. Wow. That's like Fijians, and in contact to kick that ball and create a line out. Wesley are playing some good rugby.
Terrific stuff from the Wesleyites. Opted to go on the number 6. Beautifully done and lovely work by the Pete Wrights to initially bring that maul down. But unfortunately lost the ball forward. But I feel for the hooker and the jumper. They did all the hard work of collecting that lovely number 6 ball. But the guys who are arriving to set up that maul, not managing to be fast enough to give it some stability. Take a look at this. Very difficult throw to catch, setting it up, but lovely work by the Pete Wrights.
You're being a typical hooker, isn't it? Being sad when it comes to a number 6 throw. Caught, done. Your job is done. You're looking to go and join that ball, and the ball is collapsed. Penalties considered 4 by St. Peter's and 3 by Wesley. Lately, St. Peter's are giving away more errors again. Tackles missed as well, because that's how much ball St. Peter's Wesley College have had, and handling errors 4 into 4. So it's Wesley have got the rub at the green. St. Peter's have conceded more errors than Wesley in the first part of this game, but it's a big scrum coming up. Line breaks Wesley because they have that offloading game going ahead. Looking for an 8-9-14 move is Samuel Ogbebo breaking through.
Wesley deciding to set things up on the short side. Will look for their forwards to try and suck up as many Pete Wright defenders as they can. Keep an eye out for Wesley changing direction, because that's something that they've been doing brilliantly throughout this season. Coming into the 5 meters, couple of meters to go. Wesley looking for the maiden try of this game. Big back carry by the number 5 for Wesley, making it available. Wesley closing in on the cushion. Just a couple of meters away. Now Gunatilaka goes in, makes the ball available at the back. Wesley forwards are determined to go the distance, and Have they gone the distance? Yes, right underneath this post. Samuel Ogbeber very deservedly touches down right underneath the post. What a performance by this young lad in the number 8 jersey. Doesn't look like a number 8. They look very tall, lanky lad, but Samuel Ogbeber hasn't done anything wrong throughout this game.
Yeah, wow, what control, what patience there by Wesley. The fans, they're up on the feet, and rightly so. This is after all the hard work. They tried a blindside move inside the 22 off that scrum, and then from there on, pick and drive, came through closer to the post, and it was too good for Ogbeber to score that under the post, and Walpitage gets the extra points as well. 10 points to 3, Wesley leading, 26 minutes on the clock.
We are sandwiched in between Wesley supporters here at the Combox as the Sam Zake rings through Royal Complex. Pete Wrights have been silenced. Wesley getting the maiden try through Samuel Ogbeber. Wesley now will look to get out of jail, and he has a chance for St. Peter's to touch down straight away, and they do so. What a reply by the Pete Wrights, and now it's the time for the Bomber Brigade to become loud, and Wesley very, very, very unlucky. They'll be pulling their hair out. Lack of concentration. I for a second thought Wesley lost out on Pete Wrights rather lost out on an easy chance of scoring, but Ishan Fernando, take a look at this.
Look at the replay here. Very casual here, Wesley College. Inside the 22. Walpitage takes all the time till the cows come home. It's a try scored by Chanel Silva in the number 11 jersey.
But the good work was done by Seneca Fernando charging down the number 10. So Pete Wrights now with a chance to equalize through the boot of Nana Ekara.
It has been that kind of a game, isn't it? St. Peter scored 3 points. Wesley came and scored back 3. Now Wesley College scoring a converted try. St. Peter scoring a try with the conversion to come. Pendulum swinging both ways in the first 27. Good contact. Has the distance, but not the direction of the right post it goes. So Wesley lead by a mere 2 points, but St. Peter's have the confidence back, and a gifted try there as well.
Well, it's safe to say that Wesleyites gifted that try to St. Peter's. Take a look at this. Ishan Fernando having the good sense to follow through that ball and touch it down, and Dick Kapidis was right there to blow it up. Walpitage with the restart straight into the hands of Fernando, who has no trouble kicking the ball away, doesn't find touch. Here's Mendes. Kick and chase, and that's going to be a penalty for taking the man out without the ball. Quickly taken by Samuel Ogbeber, and that's a try. We've seen 3 tries in just a matter of 4 minutes. Terrific stuff. This game is turning out to be a humdinger. Absolutely terrific stuff. Ravin Fernando tried slowing that ball down for a second. If he did hold on to that ball for any longer, it would have been a yellow card for sure. But Samuel Ogbeber having the good sense to carry that ball and touchdown. Wesley back again, extending their lead.
Ravin Fernando knew what was coming if he releases the ball, because Samuel Ogbeber knew he had four blue boys behind him. Quick tap take and barged his way through that try line. Good thinking on the feet by Samuel Ogbeber. Here's the boy on the screen now. Has he had another good game so far? What a try that was. Had the sense. It's more of having sense there than anything else.
Very interesting, because the Pete Wrights, as soon as the referee whistle for the penalty. If they had put the ball out, then Wesley wouldn't have been able to take that quick tap. Now, here's what happened. None of them had receded 5 meters. So even if they managed to catch him, that would have been another penalty coming. Quick thinking by Ogbebo, touching down on the touchline. Second try for him and Wesley. Just absolutely terrific stuff. Peters got their hopes up with a return try, but have been deflated yet again with Wesley striking back.
Again, I said there was a try given away by Wesley on this corner. Peters gave away on that occasion in that corner because everybody was watching, and Ravin Fernando just consulting with the referee of something. And Samuel Ogbebo just took the quick tap, and good on Dinka Pires to let the play go. 15 points to 8. A converted try in between, separating these two teams. 29 minutes on a clock. And an injury concern as well for Peters. We'll have to see who that player is. Samuel Ogbebo just put his shoulder straight on his face. He was straight down. We need to see who that player is for St. Peter's College.
29 minutes on our clock, 33 points scored. Visit our YouTube channel for replays, highlights and more on www.youtube.com/ThePapare official, as ThePapare.com has over 50,000 hours of terrific exclusive content when it comes to Sri Lankan sport. Here's a thrilling final being played in front of us. Both these teams have really come here to play and play some good entertaining rugby. Both teams not shy to run the ball, but it's Wesley who's in front, 15 points to 8. Managing to slow things down there, Wesley Heights blocking the ball, wins possession now. Wesley, when they win possession, they know how to hold on to it. They've starved Peterites of possession so far this game, and that has been the most frustrating factor for the Peterites. Sitesh gives it to Dexter Gunatalaka. Very well marked that time by the Peterite defense. Walpidage inside pass to Subair. Murshid Subair into the 22 meters. One man to beat. Offload to Samuel Ogbebo. First mistake of the game. Loses out on a chance to score his third try, and that would have, if he had caught that ball, he would have really put a couple of nails in the coffin of the Peterites.
Yeah, it's too early to call, but man oh man, these Wesley boys are up for it, isn't it? Samuel Ogbebo off that restart just went like an eagle taking off to catch that ball. From there on, Wesley just went off 40 meters forward, put everything into space. Look at this, Walpidage, lovely inside ball to Murshid Zubair. 1 takes 2, and an offload to Ogbebo. Oh, he had nothing else than that try line in front of him to drop that ball.
Very, very unfortunate there for Ogbebo. He just has the line to cross. Nobody in front of him.
Big news for St. Peter's. Nisran Nila injured, taken out. Big player throughout the season is out in 30 minutes, taken out.
That's going to be a very, very costly blow for St. Peter's, because Nisran Nilar has been one of those very important ball carriers, and also when it comes to the scrum, he gives in that power through the engine room. Dinuk, a big player, was shifted onto the third row. Very animated Wesley coaching staff. None of them able to sit all of them on their toes.
There you go, that's Nisran Nila carried out for a neck injury on back play as Wesley got the line out through Ogbebo once again.
Very unfortunate for Nilar, and we really, really do hope that he is okay and it is not as bad as it seems from here. Accidentally offside, says the referee, so will be a scrum down in favor of St. Peter's.
Big couple of minutes, Darshan, a big couple of minutes for St. Peter's College. They are down. Here's that boy had Mum written on his right hand. We spoke of him just before.
He's speaking to the medical officer who's conducting the tests on him. So that's a very, very good sign. He's able to respond, moving his hands as well. Very glad that the right precautions had been made before him being taken out of the field, because player safety is of utmost importance in this game of rugby, which is a full contact game. Here's the St. Peter's number 10 putting the ball high up in the air, not collected straight away, letting it bounce. Walpitagay putting the ball to boot. Wesley deciding that it's time, and referee Kapiris whistling off an absolutely entertaining first half of this game. They know no quarter given by either of the team, both teams scoring off their opponent's mistakes, but Wesley, I thought, were the dominant force in this first half, especially dominating position, and also especially when it comes to their defensive effort. They know what battle to pick, what drug to hit at and what drug to let go.
Yeah, well-drilled machine for Wesley College, and like you said, about 80% of the ball possession goes with Wesley. That has been the problem for St. Peter's College, starving possession off. Boy oh boy, what a contest we have come second half. They'll switch sides, but both teams will have their work cut out in the next 35. It's going to be a cracking encounter. I can guarantee you that. Don't move off your seats. Just stay there if you're watching this on ThePapare.com, Dialogue 77. And what skills, Sudarshan, a comment of the season we are seeing. Offloading skills, defensive hits. It's physical and it's so beautiful to watch entertaining running rugby, isn't it?
Absolutely, but one may have thought that these players would have been worn out and they would have been quite tired after playing a very long season, but not the Warriors that we see on the park today. They've spilled everything they have. Beautiful offloads, terrific running lines, managing to fox their opponents and hit back one after the other. That's the halftime confirmation, 15 points to 8. We'll take a look at the interesting facts of the first half shortly. Here's what happened.
3 points went off initially for St. Peter's College. At this occasion, St. Peter's were running the ball, and then from there on, Wesley College came back. Quick tries on either side of the field. Wesley to score first through Samuel of Bebo. Scored 2, missed 1. Walpitagay didn't have a problem with the conversion. And then off the kickoff, look how casual Wesley are. 1, 2 passes into the pocket, and the Petrites didn't stop chasing. The try was scored by Shinal Silva. From there on, look at that.
Great awareness by the winger to keep chasing that ball and to touchdown. Here's Ogbebo collecting his second try. Quick thinking by him, quick tap. Ravin Fernando tried his level best to be a try and uncanny, but Wesley managing to finish the first half with 15 points to 8.
Yeah, those were the highlights of the first half. We go down to Inshaf Kafur now, who is accompanied by Ali of Nestle Lanka PLC.
What an exciting first half of action this has been. The Milo President's Trophy 2019 final. Wesley College is in the lead, 15 points to 8. But then we go back from the action and we talk to someone without whom all this wouldn't have been possible. Muhammad Ali, the man behind all of this, with Milo coming in for this Milo President's Knockout Trophy as well. Ali, tell us, first of all, I'll ask you this question. What do you think of the first half?
Absolutely electrifying, and in fact, we are truly delighted and thrilled to witness the crowd back. In fact, we commence this our 27th encounter. In fact, Milo sponsoring for the 27th time this encounter. We started with a pledge to get the crowd back in the game because we had a minor setback this year. In fact, we are truly encouraged to see the crowds coming in their numbers and also many more watching the game on live TV as well.
The atmosphere has surely been exciting. But take us through that history, Ali. You've been sponsoring school sports as per se for a considerable time period, and talk us through that journey up to 2019.
All right, so the primary reason why we get into sports itself is to nourish the ambitions of kids. So we want more young people to take part in sports, to lead a healthy, active lifestyle. So rugby in particular is one of the sports we got in at the very inception, and we always stick to grassroots level sports. We want to develop the sports amongst the young kids, children who are growing up, who is in fact the future generation of the country, to lead a healthy, active lifestyle and also develop a well-rounded personality. So that has been the endeavor Milo got into sports. And truly we have seen sports progress, and rugby is certainly a big one. It has grown by leaps and bounds, and now we see it's going beyond the circle of Colombo. A lot of schools in the outskirts of Colombo and many parts of the country taking part in it. And also I think we are making our mark in the international arena as well. So it is truly rewarding and very satisfying journey we've had with the Sri Lanka Schools Rugby Football Association and Sri Lanka Rugby by and large.
A lot of players who played this Milo President's Trophy have gone on to represent Sri Lanka as well. But then talk about this special thing what we brought up this time for the second time. Respect the game. We saw young kids bringing in boards saying respect the game, sending out a message. Tell us why you brought this for the second successive year.
All right. So rugby as a sport is known as a hooligan's game played by gentlemen. And rather unfortunately what we have witnessed in schools rugby in particular. So we as a brand have not just been a commercial partner or sponsor of sorts, but a credible patron of the sports for a very long time. And what's disheartening is that, we see frequently the game being interrupted owing to many reasons. You see conflict within players, within fans, and of course the officials sometimes. So this is not a healthy sign for sports itself. So we are here for the long haul, and we have developed this sport, and we want to see the spirit of the game being preserved, and for this generation as well as the next. So that's the whole endeavor why we got into the sport. So people should not lose sight of why people got into the sport in the first place, be it kids, the referees, or the sponsors at large, the officials, parents, supporters, old boys, all are in the game for ultimately for the spirit of the game should prevail. And I think we are making conscious effort to get everybody's support. This is a long march again, so it has to be done collectively. So that's why we are trying to unite all stakeholders of the game to the spirit of the game itself. And that's why we have come up with this initiative called Respect the Game with Dharma. It's a collective initiative, though we have taken the initiative to start it. It's everybody's is a stakeholder in ultimately ensure the game is preserved and passed on to many more generations to come.
That's the spirit of the game. Last stop before I bid adieu to you. What do you think of this outcome? What will happen in the next 35 minutes, Ali?
It's been absolutely a thrilling first half, I must say. And of course, the sportsmanship has been well demonstrated throughout the game so far. And ultimately, I think the best two would come victorious. But I think what is said to be witnessed is nothing short of absolutely electrifying and a thrilling encounter, and full of suspense, and adrenaline rush is all guaranteed in the second half. And I think we ask all fans to stay tuned. And if you are not already witnessing the game, to get on board quickly, because it's going to be certainly one to remember.
So stay tuned is the call. Thank you so much, Mr. Muhammad Ali, for joining us. That was the category manager for Milo Sri Lanka, Muhammad Ali, expressing his thoughts.
Thank you, Inshaf. What a game it has been so far in the first half. St. Peter's College against Wesley College. Peter scoring first with 3 points, and then Wesley College hitting back with 3 and a converted try. Along with, after that, St. Peter's hitting back again with a try, and then to complete the first half, Wesley scoring a try. So it has been exciting so far. We'll go for a short commercial break. Stay tuned. We'll be coming back with second half action very soon.
I start each day with a dream to win. Training, working hard, rain. How strong the other team is, nothing can stop me.
Nourishing Milo with its unique combination of chocolate, malted barley and B vitamins, together with the goodness of milk, brings out the winner in you. Milo, fueling the winning spirit.
Nestle, good food, good life.
Welcome back on the other side at the commercial break. It's the second half action. 35 minutes more for one of these teams to take glory and lift the Milo Knockout Championship. Peters have the opportunity to do it back to back, and Wesley have the opportunity to do it after 4 years. It's everything to play for in the final 35.
What a terrific first half. We were treated to inch off, and both these teams have put everything that they've got on the field, leaving nothing behind. Wesley, the team who managed to get the better of their opponents. When it comes to the scoreline, Walpidage opts to kick it flat. Goes to the back, was not cleanly collected first time by the Petrites, who respond with a high-hanging kick. Sending it out in their own half. The Double Blues have done very well in the first half to hold on to possession and starve St. Peter's off position. If they can dominate this opening 10 minutes of the second half and maybe try and get one more score, it's going to be really very difficult for the Petrites to try and stage a comeback from there on, because they're already 7 points behind, a converted try behind Wesley. Not managing to get that line out correctly, but the Petrites spilling it at the back of the line out, so they will get it back if advantage is not used. Wesley with a good carry that time. Now sending it out to Gunathilaka, who carries the ball forward for Wesley. Opting to go on the short side. But referee Kapiris decides that there was ample advantage of the first knock on of the Petrite, but Wesley are guilty of losing the ball forward, gifting up Petrites an opportunity to try and make headway onto the opposition half from almost the centre mark.
Just checking for another shoulder injury. Need to check who that player is.
The two Petrite coaches, Rajiv Pereira and Banukunana Kari, eagerly looking on whether their player will be fit to continue. Petrites here have been dealt with a difficult hand, as they need to make sure that they come back from the deficit of 7 points in this second half, and to stop Wesley from scoring further as well. Wesley looking very confident every time they have possession. They know how to control it. Well. More bad news for St. Peter's, as the player has gone out. And an in-depth look at schools rugby facts and figures. All you stat buffs can visit ThePapare.com stats on stats.thepapare.com, where we have all the facts and figures of this entire season. Number 25 coming in for St. Peter's, Chandima Sandaruan, comes in. So early replacement for the boys from Bombalipitya. Seems like Seneca Fernando is the one who was sent out. Petrites losing the ball forward. So giving away possession very cheaply. This is something that the Petrites were guilty of in the first half as well. And every time Wesley has possession, they hold on to it for dear life. Samuel Ogbebo cutting back inside. Oh, very Interestingly, referee Kapir is deeming that it was a forward pass. Let's try and have a look. He is the man who made his way back, getting attended by the medical staff for a shoulder injury. Seems like he had it previously to this game as well. And that pass, if he can have another look at that pass, it slightly did look like it traveled forward. Referee Fernando has the best view, being the man on the surface.
Blood injury for their skipper Bilal Hilmi as well. So the injury is counting up. Let's see off the hand where this goes. Ogbebo flat or forward. 50-50 call.
50-50 call, and the referee was in the best position to make that call. Very experienced man, referee Kapiris. Blood-bin injury for Bilal Hilmi. So now the change to the beat right forwards, who's had nothing going their way except for that one try which fell onto their basket, if you may call it. Fernando with the put-in. Clean ball available. Sends it out to the back to Fernando. Fernando looking to run from plenty of pace on Fernando, but very well marked by the Wesleyites. Now ball still available. New man in. Sandaruan gives it out to the winger Silva. Silva was pushed outside the touchline. Didn't manage to come back in before carrying the ball. Lovely side. That's the future of St. Peter's Rugby right there.
Yeah, look at this lovely balls. Couple of passes behind the line, and then he hit the gap hard and a lovely offload. Fernando, rather Senal Silva, had the opportunity, a try scorer already, but the ball just bounced and rolled away. A big scrum for Wesley College to clear the lines. There's a couple of players off where St. Peter's College. It's a knock forward. And an opportunity for St. Peter's College. Have they gone over all the line? Very close, very close.
Referee Kapiris playing advantage in favor of St. Peter's. Now plenty numbers on the outside, but goes through right underneath the post. That's the second try for the Pete Wrights. Game on.
Game on. 2 key players, 3 key players out on this move where Peters have scored. Bilal Hilmi nursing a blood injury. Shentico Fernando also nursing a shoulder injury. Both players will come back. But here's the future of St. Peter's. But what a try by the Pete Wrights. Turnover ball off the scrum. Wesley have given away 2 tries. Will it come to haunt them in the end? We'll have to wait and see. Conversion good as well. 15 points all. 42nd minute on our clock, and Tenukanana Kara converting that try. Look at the replay. This was the knock forward. And then picked up inches close to the try line. Peters. Wesley still recovering on that defensive line. Good recognition of space on the outside by Fernando. Ravin Fernando, that is. And too easy for Tenukanana Kara to show and go. Typical fly-off try, isn't it? Comes under the post.
If you have to blink, make sure that you blink now, because if you blink in the next 20 minutes, you're going to miss some terrific action from this Milo knockout finals. Wesley and St. Peter's going at each other. 15 points to 15, nothing separating the two. All at stake in the next 30 minutes. Who will come on top? They will take home the much coveted Milo Knockout Trophy 2019. Peters with a chance to win it back to back. Wesley with a chance to win it after 6 years. We will have to wait and see, and who scores next holds a lot of importance to the context of this game, Dino.
Yeah, very important. Who scores next will have a lot of confidence coming in. Wesley College not getting that line out right. But a free kick coming up for St. Peter's College. Wesley a bit under pressure here now, giving away mistakes and opportunities to St. Peter's College. Statspert, a friend co-commentator Boa to predicted 7+ for St. Peter's if the weather stays like this. It's 15-all at the moment. Quickly taken by Ravin Fernando, and the kick put into a lot of space, acres of space that is left open by Wesley College into touch by Tenakananakar, and Wesley again, or rather St. Peter's again inside the Wesley half, another opportunity.
Now it's up to the Wesleyites, the leaders of the Wesley team, Ogbeber, Gunatilaka, Subair, Walpitage, to put their hands up, talk to their teammates, rally them up and tell them, listen, settle down. We have this game under control. If we can try and hold on to possession, that's what has gone right for them so far this game. Wesley with a very important line out. Ogbeber not able to collect it yet again. Line outs coming back to haunt Wesley. Pete Wrights managing to win that ball. Ravin Fernando gives it out to Nana Kara. Now ball available for Madhushankar. Carries the ball. Fernando giving the ball out. Wesley managing to snatch it momentarily, but Peters holding on to it. Referee Dinkapiri says illegally. So Wesley with a chance to get into the opposition half.
Yes,
Good call by Murshid Subair to slow things down a little, take a breather. Don't play to the pace of the Peterites. Take the time you want. Good long kick by Murshid Subair this time. That will give his team a lot of confidence, and his forwards will definitely be thanking him.
Yeah, inside the 22, the kick has gone. And they need to get this line out right, dead right. And an opportunity for Wesley College inside the 22 for the first time in the second half. And St. Peter's came inside, scored a try, came back inside the opposition half and gave away a penalty. Here's an opportunity now, confidence, getting it right, number 2 jumper and setting up a rolling maul, Wesley College. That's a good move.
That's once called by referee Kapiris. Very good defense coming in from the Peterites, managing to hold on to the Wesleyites, who opt to go out now. Ball available for Mendes. Gives it to Gunatilaka. Gunatilaka looks for space. Goes through the middle and breaks the gain line. Now opting to change direction. Ogbeber, danger man, carrying the ball forward. Pete Wrights managing to pounce on that ball, but Wesley winning it back. Lost the ball forward. Ravin Fernando now trying to counter. Plenty numbers for Pete Wrights. Can they create something from here? Nana Kara looking for support, has nobody. Now Wesley with a chance. One man to defend that ball. Helter-skelter affair this has been. Jayavira settling it down for Wesley inside the 22, tucking the ball in. Carrying it now is Thabit Hafiz. Now to the short side. Gunatilaka, beautiful hands from him. Still available for Wesley. Going in from the side, says referee Kapiris, but in my opinion, it did look like the Peterites did not have the right to that ball and were blocking the ball being available. But Peterites will be very happy to get out of jail from their red zone. Nana Kar with an opportunity to put the ball to boot. And just finds touch just outside the 50-meter mark.
Fantastic kick. Good clearance by Nana Kara. On the fly about 50 meters and brings his team inside the opposition half. Lucky penalty for St. Peter's on the occasion. This is how it was. Here's the number 7. Just holding on for a bit too much. Good call. So Wesley Peters winning a penalty. And now an opportunity as well. There's another player down on the far side of Wesley College.
Senior officials of the referee society there, taking note of, I'm sure, the performance of the referees. A little bit of a stoppage due to a Wesley player being down. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on www.theyoutube.com/ThePapare official. You will be treated to over 50,000 hours of terrific sports content, with ThePapare.com being Sri Lanka's #1 sports hub. We recently were gifted the coveted silver plate from YouTube as well for passing 100,000 subscribers. Our ThePapare.com YouTube channel currently is actually 150,000 strong. Here's St. Peter's. Not a very good line out, but still managing to hold on to possession inside their own half. Wesley needs to be very careful with their defensive line as the Petrites make headway and get back into the Wesley half. Plenty numbers on the open side, but the big prop forward Fernando opting to go back inside. Now referee Pires playing advantage in favor of St. Peter's for Wesley College being offside. Here's Fernando putting the ball to boot. Referee Pires deeming that there was not enough advantage, brings back the ball to where the initial infringement was made.
St. Peter slowly getting into this game, Sudarshan. That's the experienced players of Ravin Fernando, Tenukanana Kara. They know how to win games. They're slowly getting into this game, shifting the momentum, and come about the 60th minute, they'll try and open the floodgates. And that's where they're slowly getting into. Look for a rolling maul here. They're going into their strengths of what they have done so far in this season, St. Peter's College, and now they'll slowly try and put some pressure on St. Wesley College. And once Wesley crack, and that's where the floodgates will open.
Getting back to the groove, the Patriots, their supporters getting behind them now. It's a long throw to the third port. Number 6, referee Kapiris deems that it was not straight. This is something that I don't understand. You know, you're under pressure, try and hit number 4 or 3, but this time around, I think in defense of the Patriots, their line out was functioning well. Pressure throw for the hooker to hit that third pot. He did hit it, but was a little too much onto his own side.
Yeah, the jumper tried his best not to show it was a crooked throw. Went inside the line of the ball, couldn't get it.
Now Wesley, Murshid Zubair putting the ball high up. Very good up and under. Chase is on by Jayavira. Petrite winger managing to collect it, thought about giving it out. Good no-look pass by him. And losing the ball forward due to terrific pressure by Wesley College. Good pressure put on that kick. Murshid Zubair hanging the ball up for a couple of seconds, letting his runners get behind it. That's what you call in good intention when you kick, isn't it, Dinuk?
Yeah, you would expect all those when you have a coach like Paul Toya. How many times he would have cried on the comm box A kick is not good if there is no chasers on it. And he would have barked that 1,000+ times on the field to Murshid Zubair and his boys. There you go. Here's an opportunity now inside their own half. St. Peter's College trying to get some momentum, but giving away unforced errors again. After that kick, which gave some confidence, kicked out on the full, turning the Walpitagay. One of the rare mistakes that you'll see of him.
Interesting call there by Walpitagay to kick that ball out on the full. I thought maybe they could have resorted to sending it out to Murshid Zubair, who is also able to kick like we discussed earlier just before the game started. Despite Zubair being named as a wing three-quarter, he's now made his way to that number 13 channel. Short line out. Setting it up are the Peter Wrights. Numbers now joining in. Here's the Peter Wright Mall, turning its wheels. Ravin Fernando marshalling it from the back. The number 12 also have joined this mall. Peter Wrights with the advantage of a penalty with the Wesley number 1. Samarkand being in the wrong position of that mall. Ball still available for St. Peter's inside the 22 meters. Trying to slow things down. This is what Dinuk spoke about. Pete Wrights know how to win games. They know how to frustrate their opposition. Good carry, equally well defended by the Wesleyites. Here's Ravin Fernando with the inside ball. Lovely go by the hooker. Sheshan. Now plenty numbers on the short side. Looking to go by himself, but was defended well by Wesley. Referee Kapiris spots the loss forward, but brings play back to the initial infringement of the Wesley prop forward, shoving from the side of that mall. He called on to him a couple times to get out from there. Interesting call by the Pete Wrights, opting to go to touch instead of going for points. 15 all, 55 minutes on the clock. Would have thought 3 points would be more important, but Pete Wrights recognizing that Wesley are struggling with their maul and hoping to try and steer away from Wesley with 5 points.
Yeah, 100%. If you have the momentum and if you have won a penalty of a rolling maul, why not try again? And they got the penalty for Dexter Gunatilaka, not for repeated warnings by referee Piris for not leaving the side. 6 penalties conceded by both teams. Need to jump in this line out, contest the line out first. Big moments of the game. 55 minutes on our clock. Wesley making a change. Pereira comes in that number 16 jersey for Tarindu Samarkand in the front row. So the first change for Wesley. Peters were forced to make a couple of changes.
Lovely line out ball available for St. Peter's, setting that up, but Wesley have done absolutely well to try and stop the initial momentum and bring that maul down legally. Pete Wrights now looking for their forwards to hit out close. St. Peter's forwards were hassled due to the early injuries in this second half. Still managing to make headway from close quarters. Wesley seems like they've managed to, turn over the ball. Samuel Ogbeber coming out with it. This man has been absolutely terrific. Kogbebe and Tarindu Walpidage. What a terrific kick from him. Just absolutely tremendous stuff by Wesley, managing to turn that ball over, and Walpidage with a terrific clearance to get his team out of jail.
Yeah, if you see that ruck, Darshana, about 4 Wesley players were eyeing on that ruck as soon as the ball was placed. 1, 2, 3, 4, pat, cleared the ruck. And then Ogbebo at the back picked up the ball, went through. Look at this, flooded the ruck. 1, 2, 3, 4 players got the turnover right. St. Peter's didn't expect that. They just put 2 players there to guard it. And then Wesley got it right down. Will give a lot of confidence and opportunity now. Here's Robin Fernando.
Yet again, line are not going right for St. Peter's, but managing to hold on to it eventually. Wesley defense has been strong, like Dinuk mentioned. They know how to pick which ruck to attack and which ruck to let go. And that time for them, flooding that ruck and managing to block Peters out. Pete Wrights now playing with advantage, with Wesley getting a hand on that ball. Ravin Fernando puts the ball to boot and kicks it out on the full, but referee Dinka Pires will bring play back to the initial infringement of Wesley losing the ball forward. So Pete Wright still with a chance. We are inching close to the final quarter of this game, 58 minutes on our clock, and like we discussed, Pete Wright slowly but surely clawing back to this game. 15-all is the score, but Pete Wright looking like that they're slowly getting their motions right.
Yeah, you saw the difference on the game of St. Peter's College. They moved the ball wide in the early parts of the game. Now they know they need to close this game out, keep it close, pick and drives, rolling balls. That will be new games in Sri Lanka. Here's Fernando once again picking off that back of the scrum and stepping off a couple to run around.
He knows that they have advantage in their favor with referee Dinka Pires having his arm out towards St. Peter's College, who now made their way inside the 22. Very well offloaded, should have given it out. Here's still the ball still available for St. Peter's. Shanal Silva being brought to ground finally. Ravin Fernando now looking for options. Looks at the short side, but opts to go on the open side with the big forwards. Wesley need to close up and try and guard the fringes now. Pete Wright will try to utilize the forwards. They have space on the outside as well with their backs lining up. Fernando opts to run himself and touches down right underneath the post, but referee Dinka Pires signals that the ball was lost forward. So that will be a 5-meter scrum in favor of Wesley College. Heartbreak for Pete Wright, who thought that Ravin Fernando touched down. Peters, who thought that they got that third try in shock, but seemed like Ravin, because Dinka Pires was right on spot there.
Big moment of the game. Big moment of the game, Sudarshana. 60 minutes on the clock. This is exactly where we predicted a try for St. Peter's. And you saw how the Pete Wrights were working close. As soon as they break off that first line, the first line break, how quick they were to pounce on the quick ball, pick and drive. And then Fernando with his dancing feet on. Here's the replay on the reverse angle. Here's Fernando showing off one, showing off another. Twists and turns and leaves the ball forward.
Oh, absolutely. Lost it forward and is still short of the line. Terrific call by referee Dinka Pires. Could have, Fernando, if he held on to that ball, could have maybe reached out and scored that try, but terrific call by referee Dinka Pires, who is officiating his final game, having been a long-standing referee in Sri Lanka. Wesley now need to try and get out of jail. They faltered once from this position, gifting a try to St. Peter's, but this time opting to get the forwards involved and try and create a better angle for Walpitage or Murshid Subair, who will opt to do the kicking.
That was a bad pass into touch. Samson Roy is elated because Peters will get another scrum on the 5-meter line. Oh, big moment, one after the other in the final 10 minutes of this game is coming out. 61 minutes on our clock, 15 all is the points. St. Peter's gifted ball position to Wesley, and they don't want to take it, they wrap it back and give it to St. Peter's.
Oh well, the first half was a thrilling affair with fast open rugby. We can't say the same about the second half, but it hasn't lacked any thrills though, with both teams going at each other. St. Peter's now with an opportunity. Last time Wesley erred inside their own half, inside their own 22. Pete Wright managed to cross the whitewash. Can they do it yet again? Here's Fernando giving it out to Nana Kara. Ball available for Peters, going through the ranks. They're inside the in-goal. Seems like they've been held up. But since they were moving forward, Peters will get the 5-meter scrum.
Darshan, I don't want another extra time match here. We have had enough of super over games this year. It looks like the pendulum is swinging so much. Anything could happen.
Well, I'm really glad that there are no super overs here at Rugby. We will have extra time, and if there's still tie at the end of extra time, it will be decided with penalty kicks, which I think is a fair measure compared to the number of boundaries scored. We would call the winner won by penalties and not by boundaries. I think here's Bilal Hilmi, has one man to beat. Can he go the distance? Held up again. Beautiful work by the Wesleyites. Good sense to mark the man. I'm sure the defender, Dennis Sugunatilaka, had his heart in his mouth. Pete Wrights denied for the third time now.
Yeah, good piece of defending. They're catching the ball carrier off the back and just falling right, keeping him on top of him. So it's a good piece of defending by the Wesleyites. The player down is the player who defended Bilal Hilmi there. The injury has been a lot of discussion, debate going in that Peters camp. They're just 5 meters close for another comeback win in a Milo Knockouts Championship final. They're so good at it, isn't it, St. Peter's College? They came back. What a game that was last year. And what a game we are witnessing here as well, St. Peter's College.
Terrific rugby dished out here at the Royal Complex. Milo Knockout Trophy final. And Pete Wrights, I think, maybe only second to Isipatana when it comes to this knockout trophy, of how ruthless they are when they make the final. Isipatanians have been the most successful team in the Milo Knockouts Trophy, having won it time and time again. Pete Wrights with the third attempt to try and get their third try and steer away from Wesley College in this 9 minutes of the game. anxious Petrites supporters getting behind the Petrites. Ball available at the back. Hilby carrying it forward. It was a lateral run. And Wesley College seems like they've managed to turn that ball over. But referee Kapiris decides that it was coming in from the sides from Wesley. And yes, it's a no-brainer right in front of the post. You got to go for 3 points. In the final 10 minutes of the game, Dinok 15-all knockout final. The onus is back on Tenukonana Kara. A kick might have lost the league for St. Peter's. With this kick, can he win the knockout trophy? No problem. Makes it look so very casual.
Could have bought some more time there. Could have bought some more time. But he was confident to put that 3 points. On the other hand, Wesley will be very happy not to concede 7 by 3. An opportunity for them to get back and put a lot of pressure on Peters. Prayers going on. You saw Robin Fernando how desperately he wanted Tenukonana Kara to kick that 3-pointer.
Short hanging kick by Wesley College. And they win the penalty straight away. Brilliant stuff. Now Wesley need to try and get their act right. Go to the touch lines inside the 22. Make sure your line out is on the spot. Murshid Zubair, the man, the skipper, who's been given the chance to make the decision and decides to go for 3 points. Interesting call from quite a difficult angle, approximately 40 meters out from the touch line. 66 minutes to go. What Wesley is looking for is to tie this game out and then get on to the act from there. They'll be receiving the kick. Here's Walpidage with the conversion. A lot of the Wesleyites not moving from where they are, not wanting to jinx this. Good connection, but doesn't go the distance. Nanakara opts to pass it out to his... oh well, seems like for a second the Petrites thought that the linesman was from their team, although dressed in a green jersey. The assistant referee, Jeffrey, did very well to get out of the way. Now St. Peter's gifting Wesley a line out just outside the 5 meters. Will it be the pass that changed the game? Here's what happened. Passing to no man. Who did he pass to? Wesley becoming vocal. Peters very anxious. This game is like a script written for a thriller. Dinuk. Here's Wesley going to Ogbebo. No contest by St. Peter's. Wesley happy to set it up. Peters defending it very well. One says the referee. Now ball available for Wesleyites. Replacement has come in for Mendes. Wesley opting to get their forwards to march forward. Still opting to keep it close. Wesley happy to go with their forwards and attack the closer channels. Plenty numbers on the outside, and Petrites on a penalty. Holding on the ball. Ogbebo clearly not happy with his forwards because they had a very golden opportunity. Anxious looking coach Paul Toya. Now Nanakara can put his team out of jail. And that's a terrific kick from Nanakara.
Superb kick. Superb kick. For a moment I thought that St. Peter's pass was just like the Ben Stokes boundary. Oh man, are we just seeing what happened at Lord's? It's that close, 18 points to 15. Just about seconds to run on our clock. 18 points to 15 on the fly. Tenuka Nanayakkara has taken St. Peter's to the 10-meter mark. Then he just control this ball and kick it out.
3 points in favor of St. Peter's. 69 minutes on our clock. Couple of more minutes will be available on the referee's clock due to all the stoppages. We've been instructed by our production team that it's time that we decide on a man of the match, but I'd like for them to hold on a little because this game can go either way. Wesley looking to blitz that rock, failing to do so. Ball still available for the Petrites. Ravin Fernando seems like he will give it out. Tenuka Nanayakkara kicking the ball out, and that will be the final. St. Peter's, what a terrific comeback. And 3 points by Nanayakkara, winning them the all-important knockouts. Wesleyites disappointed and dejected, but they can be happy that they gave it all out here at the Royal Complex. Dinuk, I think we need to decide on a man of the match. I think for me, Samuel Ogbebo put his hand up and he was one of those terrific players. If we are to look at the Petrites, the winning team, there were all-around performances from the Petrites, but for that all-round performance, I think I'm going to side with Ogbebo. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, 100% agree. If not for him, this game would have been not that close. But had he caught that ball, this game would have been the other side of the park. So Samuel Ogbebo is a clear player of the match for the final game of 2019, the 15th game. A dejected Murshid Zubair Dore is walking off. But St. Peter's, again a comeback. Again in a final of the knockout championship. They were down 7 points out and they have come back and scored 10 points to nothing and have taken this game away. What a team. This is why they were so close to that league winning championship. And finally, boy oh boy, they can take some silverware and pride to Bambalapitiya. And what a performance by St. Peter's College. This is what we were talking about. From the 50th minute, the frustrated Wesley College didn't give ball, played the game as slow as ever, and those games can win you games here in Sri Lanka, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely, and very unfortunate commiserations for the Wesleyites in the double blues who are dejected, but I think that was very well thought out and a deserved title for St. Peter's, who became the league runners-up due to a kick, but takes the Milo knockout trophy home due to a kick of the same person. Tenuka Nanayakkara must be a very, very happy and a relieved man, having managed to steer his team to victory in this all-important knockout final. Wesley College double blues dejected, but can be very happy of the fight that they showed. They couldn't find the fluency that they exhibited in the first 35, in the second 35, going scoreless in the second 35, but that's the full-time score, 15-18 in favor of the Petrites.
Sajid is standing by the winning coach, Rajiv Pereira. Over to you, Sajid.
ඉතින් හොඳ තරගකින් පස්සේ මේ මොහොතේ මාත් සමග සිටිනවා සාන්ත පීතර විද්‍යාලයේ පුහුණුකරු රජීව් පෙරේරා මහතා. ඉතින් කොහොමද මේ තරගය?
ඇත්තම මේ තරගය ගැන කතා කරන්න කලින් මං හිතන්නේ අපි ගොඩක් අමාරු ජර්නි එකක් තමයි යාවේ. මොකද ආරම්භයේදී අපේ හිටපු ප්‍රධාන පුහුණුකරු ඈත් වුණා. ඊට පස්සේ පළවෙනි තරගය අපි පරාජයටපත් වුණා. නමුත් ගොඩක් හොඳින් අපේ පුහුණුවීම් කටයුතු කරලා ඉස්සරහට ආවිල්ලා ලීග් එක බෝනස් පොයින්ට් එක වගේ දෙයකින් අපිට නැති වුණා. ඉතින් මං හිතන්නේ ඒක තමයි මේ ළමයිගේ අද ඔළුවේ තිබුණේ. ඒක නිසා තමයි අන්තිම මොහොතේ ජයග්‍රහණය කරන්න උවමනාව ඒගොල්ලන්ට තිබ්බේ.
එතකොට අද තරගය ඉතාමත් ක්ලෝස් ගේම් එකක් කියන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ කියන්නේ ළඟ ගිය තරගයක්. ඉතින් මේ වගේ තරගයකදී ඔයාගේ කණ්ඩායමෙන් හිතපු දේවට හම්බුණාද ඇත්තටම?
ඇත්තම ෆයිනල් මේ ෆයිනල් එකක් කියන්නේ ෆයිනල් එකක් තමයි. හැබැයි ඒ වුණාට මං හිතන්නේ අපි ගොඩක් මිස්ටේක්ස් කරා මේ පළවෙනි භාගයේ අපිට බෝලේ තියාගන්න තිබිච්ච තැන් වලින් අපි ඒව නැති කරගත්තා. ඉතින් ඒකත් එක්ක ගේම් එක අමාරු වුණා. වෙස්ලි හැබැයි ගොඩක් හොඳට ක්‍රීඩා කරා හිතුවට වැඩිය. ඉතින් ඒක නිසා මේ මං හිතන්නේ ගේම් එක පොඩක් ටයිට් වුණා.
ඒත් එකම පාසලේ කාර්ය මණ්ඩලය ස්කූල්ස් ඔතොරිටි එක වගේම කෝචින් ස්ටාෆ් එක හැම එකෙන්ම හම්බුණ සපෝට් එක කොහොමද?
ඇත්තම මම ප්‍රථමයෙන් මතක් කරන්න ඕනේ අපේ ෆාදර් එක්ට. ඇත්තටම එයා නොහිටින්න මං හිතන්නේ අද අපේ රග ටීම් එක මේ තත්ත්වේ නෑ. එයා ගොඩක් හොඳට කැපවීමෙන් ඇත්තටම අපි මොනවද ඉල්ලන්නේ හැම දෙයක්ම අපිට ලබා දුන්නා. ඒ විතරක් නෙමෙයි අපේ රපික් ෆවුන්ඩේෂන් එක මගේ අනිත් කෝචස්ලා බානුක එතකොට මගේ ට්‍රේනර් හැම කෙනෙක්ම ගොඩක් හොඳට උදව් කරා. ඉතින් ඇත්තටම මම මේක මට ලැබෙද්දී අපේ ප්‍රධාන පුහුණුකරු හැටියට හිටපු දෙනා ගොඩක් හොඳ අඩිතාලමක් දාලා තිබුණා. ඒකින්ද මං හිතන්නේ අපිට ඒක ලේසි වුණා ඉස්සරහට යන්න.
ඉතින් අද වගේ දවසක සාන්ත පීතර විදුහල දෙවැනි වරටත් පිළිමරුන් පිළිදැකීමේ කුසලානේ Taman සතු කර ගන්නවා. ඒ ගැන මොකක්ද හිතෙන්නේ?
ඇත්තටම දෙවනි වර නෙමෙයි අපේ ප්ලෑන් එක වෙලා තියෙන්නේ පුළුවන් තරම් කාලයක් අපි මේක තියාගන්න. ඉතින් ඒක නිසා අපි ඒ කරා අපි වැඩ කරනවා.
බොහොම ස්තුතියි. ඉතින් සාන්ත පීතර විද්‍යාලයේ පුහුණුකරුගෙන අපිට ලැබුණු වචන ඒව තමයි. ඉතින් අපි නැවතත් ප්‍රධාන පාලක මැදිරියට.
Thank you, Sajid. He just summed up, isn't it, Rajiv Pereira, the entire season of what happened to St. Peter's College. A lot of ups and downs for this team, the Pete Wright team, but a good way to end the season on top.
A terrific way to end the season, despite the disappointment of losing out the league title for bonus point. They've done very well for themselves. Here's what won it for Peters due to a mistake of the Wesleyites. Pete Wright managing to pounce on that ball and going across the whitewash.
Just show and go by Tenukanana and Carter scoring that try. It was all St. Peter's in the second half, isn't it? 10 points to nil. Murshid Zubair leaving that ball behind. Big mistake by the skipper. Peters tried to reach out from there but couldn't. And in the end, good observation there. There was enough of players on the outside of that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tenuka didn't need any to score that try under the post. Kicked his own try. And this is what he won it for. 18 points to 15, and that's how that finished. A fantastic game of rugby, isn't it? Both teams gave everything on the park. That first half by both teams were fantastic. A brilliant, entertaining piece of rugby.
Oh, absolutely. If you're a neutral fan, you're sure to have been entertained by this absolutely terrific final of the Milo Knockouts Trophy 2019. With both teams dishing out end-to-end stuff. No quarter left behind. Finally, a penalty deciding the fate of the winners. Pete Wright managed to get 10 points on the board in the second half. Dinuk having been down 7 points in the first half. Wesley, on the other hand, couldn't get on to the rhythm that they were in the first half, but managed to make sure that they were still within the grasp. They would be ruining the chance of not being able to score, coming so close in the final minutes of the game. Interestingly, Murshid Zubair wanted to go for that penalty instead of opting to go to the touch line and then working from there. In his defense, he was looking to tie the game up with the penalty.
Yeah, it was those decisions in the heat of the moment. You take those decisions. It was a 3-pointer that was needed. Here's the St. Peter's team, the winning team. A proud team from Bambalapitia. With the presentation ceremony coming up now, we hand over it to ThePapare, over to you for the presentation ceremony.
Right, distinguished presentation party. Our chief guest for the occasion, the Honorable Minister of Sports, Harin Fernando himself, a top rugby player. Mr. Fabrice Cavalin, the Managing Director of Nestle Lanka, the worthy sponsors. Mr. Madhule Godage, Vice President of Nestle Lanka, who will be involved for over 25 years with Milo School Sports. Mr. Makshud Mir Saibu, Senior Vice President of Nestle Lanka. Mr. Ranjit Chandrasekhara, President of the Sri Lanka Schools Rugby Football Association. Mr. Nirodha Vijayarama, Secretary of the Sri Lanka Schools Rugby Football Association, together with Mr. Mohammed Ali, Category Marketing Manager of Milo. It has been a tremendous occasion and a tremendous game. Ladies and gentlemen, can we hear you out in appreciation for both Wesley and St. Peter's? Put your hands together. Thank you very much. May we request the Wesley team to please gather for the presentation ceremony. Wesley, we are waiting for you. Dozen occasions into this knockout final for the Saints, and they have now had more than half as far as title winnings in this wonderful tournament. Slight hold up as we await the presence of Wesley, who are into their second final. It's been a long drawn out rugby season for all schools. More so for these two institutions. There have been real crowd pullers over the last few seasons. So we welcome Wesley into the presentation area. Thank you very much. Okay, we are ready for the first segment of the presentations. The awarding of medal certificates and the trophy for the runners-up. May we take this opportunity to cordially invite Mr. Fabrice Cavalin, the Managing Director of Nestle Lanka, guest of honor for the occasion. Welcoming Wesley to receive their runners-up tokens. Led by Mushid Subaya, Director of Coaching Paul Toya, Teacher in Charge Vimal Bandara, Principal of Wesley College Avanka Fernando would be very proud indeed for an excellent job done. Played their hearts out, led at halftime, managed to be with their opponents for most of the game with the scores tied at 15-all. So gallant performance from the Double Blues. So once again, big thank you for the spirit in which you played over the duration of the game. That's what it's all about. shown live on Dialogue TV and the live streaming on ThePapare.com. It was a wonderful opportunity for each and every one of you and for the school itself. So well played, Wesley. As we are still with the runners-up of the 27th Milo Schools Knockout Rugby Championship 2019. We once again appreciate the services of the backup team for the school at Campbell Park. Tremendous sportsmanship and commitment through the year. Now we take this opportunity to cordially invite Mr. Fabrice Cavallin, the Managing Director of Nestle Lanka, to make the runners-up presentation to the captain of Wesley. Mushid Subar will receive the year 2019 27th Milo Schools Knockout Runner-Up Trophy. Well done, Wesley. We would like to thank Mr. Fabrice Cavallin, the Managing Director of Nestle Lanka, the worthy sponsors of this Milo Schools Knockout. Cordially inviting our chief guest, the Honorable Minister of Sports, Harin Fernando, to make the most important individual presentation. This for the player of the tournament of the President's Trophy 2019. The winner is Samuel Ogbebo of Wesley. Well done, Samuel. And we cordially invite the Honorable Minister to stay on as he would be presenting the medal certificates and of course the much cherished trophy to the champions of the school's knockout, the Milo champions for 2019, St. Peter's. May we have the team, please? Bilal Hilmi. Today coached by Rajiv Pereira, teacher in charge Sunil Aponso, Rector of St. Peter's, Reverend Father Trevor Martin. A happy occasion for them. 12 finals, 7th title for St. Peter's. Here they are, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. The champions of Knockout Schools Rugby, the Peterites. The huge tradition for the school from Bamalavidya. One of their major sports. They take great pride in wearing this jersey wherever they play. They have a very proud record over the 27-year history of this Milo Schools Knockouts. This is what it's all about. And we appreciate worthy participants year in, year out. Having enjoyed a tremendously taxing long season, they came here and having got on top of the green machine in the semi-finals. Here they are. The backup staff did a wonderful job. Ladies and gentlemen, the big moment, cordially inviting our chief guest, the Honorable Minister of Sports, Harin Fernando, to make the wonderful presentation, the Champions Trophy for the worthy winners in this tight game. St. Peter's calling the captain, Bilal Hilmi, to receive this wonderful trophy from the Honorable Minister himself, a top rugby player. Well done. On behalf of the Sri Lanka Schools Rugby Football Association and the Milo, it's been a great opportunity. Reverend Father Trevor Martin, the rector of St. Peter's College. A happy moment for him. The Saints can go marching. As we say congratulations. As we say congratulations to the Pete Wrights, we say a big thank you to Wesley too for being a worthy opponents. Tremendous game. It was just one penalty kick that made the difference. The celebrations at its best. The match shown live on Dialogue TV. Would like to thank each and every one of you. Thank you very much. The tournament continues next year. Until such time, a big thank you to everybody and have a pleasant evening.
Thank you, Harita. It was the champions celebrating back-to-back in the Milo Knockouts President's Trophy. St. Peter's College winning it in 2018 and also winning it in 2019. What a performance coming back. And both these games, they came back and won the championship. St. Peter's College, this time led by Bilal Hilmi. What a game it was, Sudarshana. Fantastic. And this is how finals should be, because they knew how to close the game. St. Peter's College, these are the stats. We go in depth. 18 points to 15, St. Peter's College leading. 7 line breaks of 6. A 1 line break that was a missed opportunity by Wesley. 12 tackles missed against 10. 11 handling errors. That's where technically Wesley costed the game. And 4 turnovers conceded up against 6. And penalties conceded also Wesley increased 80. And territory 44% to 56%. Position Peters catching up in that second half to go one better at 58 to 42. St. Peter's did a lot of work in that second half and then came back strong. This will be the final scorecard. 2 tries apiece for both teams, not separating each other. 1 conversion apiece again. Penalties 1 and 1 extra for St. Peter's, which they won by in the end. 15 points to 8. Wesley led at half-time, and they remained 15 points, and St. Peter's scored 18. And our clear men player of the match, Samuel Ogbeber of Wesley College. As the production crew of us had some fantastic highlights this season, bringing you the Rugby for the first time on ThePapare.com, and have covered more than 60 games and about more than 20 on television as well. So it has a fantastic crew that we have on ThePapare.com, along with me on Sudarshan Piris on the commentary box, with many more who are part of this box. We sign off from the beautiful Royal Sports Complex. Sevens is the next action of the schools that will come up. Wesley going down to St. Peter's, the champs of 2019 Milo Inter-School Knockout Championship. Good night.
දැන් යහපෝෂා දන්නේ ඉරිඟු සහල් මුං සෝයා විතරක් නෙවෙයි කිරිත් එකතු කරලා. ඒ නිසා මා චේන්ජ් වුණා.
ලංකාවේ ළමයින්ගේ අලුත්ම සොයා ගැනීම. මේක රස එක. මැලිබන් යහපෝෂ රසයකට චේන්ජ් වෙන්න.
කිසි ගැම්මක් නෑ. පදම පරක්කු ඇයි?
සුමීරි පානේ පදමට ගහලා දවස පුරා ගතට දැනෙන මිහිරක් බුබුදා.
හොඳම මැලිබන්තේ.
කහට පදම නියමෙට රස සමග මුසුණා. මැලිබන්තේ එක්ක අපේ දවස රස වුණා.
පදම වරුනේ.
කහට පදම නියමෙට රස සමග මුසුණා.
මැලිබන්තේ පදමට කහට.
සුවිසලි ලක්ක වෙනුවෙන් සෑමංගලක් දක්වාම දහඩිය හෙලීම සැබෑ පිරිමියෙකුගේ ගතියක්. ඔබේ උත්සාහය තියුණු වෙන තරමට ඔබේ ශරීරයේ උත්සාහයට අභියෝග කරයි. මුලින් දහඩිය, ඉන්පසු ග්‍රීස්, අන්තිමක ඉස්හොරි. ක්ලියර්මෙන් සමගින් නැගිටින්න කාලයයි මේ. සාමාන්‍ය ෂැම්පූ වලට වඩා දෙගුණයක් ක්‍රියාකාරී ක්ලියර්මෙන් ඔබත් සමග ඉස්හොරි වලට එරෙහිව සටන් වදී. ඔබේ ජයග්‍රහණයට පෙරමං සදන අසමසම ඉලක්ක වෙත යන සැබෑ පිරිමින් වෙනුවෙන්ම සුවිශේෂී ක්ලියර්මෙන් ලොබාංගේගේ මෙන්ස් ෂැම්පූ.
ශ්‍රී ලාංකික සැමගේ තේරීම no limit.
When she's special, she's not just a girlfriend, she is your sweetheart. When you feel it, you don't just call it sunshine, you call it warmth. When you reveal your deepest emotions, it's not just art, it's freedom. And when its essence is premium cocoa butter, it's not just chocolate, it's Ravello. Chocolate so special, you call it Ravello.
Drift in search of happiness. Fashion inspired by emotion. Glitz, the fashion destination.
I start each day with a dream to win. Training, working hard, rain. How strong the other team is, nothing can stop me.
Nourishing Milo with its unique combination of chocolate, malted barley and B vitamins, together with the goodness of milk, brings out the winner in you. Milo, fueling the winning spirit.
Nestle, good food, good life.
හැමෝම ඇවිල්ලා. ඔයාලා විතරයි අඩුවට හිටියේ. එන්න එන්න. හරි ඔක්කොම බලන්න පුළුවන්. මේ බලන්න. මේ තෙරපොන්. මේ කාලේ ඕන දෙයක් ක්ෂණිකව දැනගන්න පුළුවන්. මෙන්න ඔසීන්න ඇන්ඩ්‍රු කතා කරනවා. හලෝ ඇන්ඩ්‍රු. මුළු ක්ලික් එකම අද අපේ ගෙදර. පොඩි ලොකු හැමෝම අද අපේ ගෙදර. මේ හැමෝම සතුටු කරන්න අපේ ගෙදර සුපර් ෆාස්ට් ඉන්ටර්නෙට් වගේම ඇතිතරම් ඩේටා තියෙන්නේ ඩයලොග් හෝම් බ්‍රෝඩ්බෑන්ඩ් නිසා. රයිට්. මගේ ඩයලොග් මගේ විදියට මගේ සුපර් හෝම් එකේ. ලංකාවේ අපිට නම් ඩයලොග් තමයි.
දැන් යහපෝෂා දන්නේ ඉරිඟු සහල් මුං සෝයා විතරක් නෙවෙයි කිරිත් එකතු කරලා. ඒ නිසා මා චේන්ජ් වුණා.
ලංකාවේ ළමයින්ගේ අලුත්ම සොයා ගැනීම. මේක රස එක. මැලිබන් යහපෝෂ රස එකට චේන්ජ් වෙන්න.
කිසි ගැම්මක් නෑ. පදම පරක්කු ඇයි?
සුමීරි පානේ පදමට ගහලා දවස පුරා ගතට දැනෙන මිහිරක් පුබුදා.
හොඳම මැලිබන්ටේ.
කහට පදම නියමෙට රස සමග මුසුණා. මැලිබන්ටේ එක්ක අපේ දවස රස වුණා.
පදම වරුනේ.
කහට පදම නියමෙට රස සමග මුසුණා.
මැලිබන්ටේ පදමට කහට.
ශ්‍රී ලාංකික සැමගේ තේරීම. No limit. Stumble upon a surprise. Fashion inspired by emotion. Glitz, the fashion destination.